What is up, beautiful people? I almost took out the monitor, bro.
Me too. I'm kind of left hook there.
Welcome to How to Trade during the midday. That is your boy Joey Dang Options, and I'm Sharif, and we're going to thank the big boys for the nice introduction and the kind words there. Always doing the absolute most in a fantastic way. Let's see who's weaseling on in the chat. We already have a couple of new names I haven't seen before. We got Louis Strong, a.k.a. Auntie. I don't know what that means, but it's fine. Robert Isaac. We got Papa Bear. Shout out to Sixto Fee. We got Daba Daba Doo. What's up, T-Money? I see you, sir. Glenn Smith. We got Bot Ricks. Who else? AK. Uh-oh. We got Yuval Reina, Adrian, Mohammed Ziad Rajman. We got Andre. We got Daddy Gator, the Soul Queen, the Texan, and he's got a nice picture of Texas there, the Lone Star State. We got Eclectic Passions and Ralph Woodward. How about Stevie B? Okay, I see you, Stevie. We got Dexter Fant. Who else we got? Okay. Bright Awakening. We got Andre Brooks and Justin Gross, J Skills 98, and Fan Myola. Okay. Sir Poopy Bear Hands. I love that name. That's fantastic. Round of applause for that one. We got Leon Scum 47 and Caleb J. Shezen Askari Bonkzilla. That's an OG right there. We got Jerome Hatt. Who else? Baggage handler. Where you go? We're at the airport. What's going on over here, bro? Ralph Woodward. We got Tony. What's going on, Tony? Tony's an OG. Jay Lee, the OG as well. We got Warren. Last one, Joseph. Dr. J.D. Voice. Hey. It just kind of looked like J.D. Vance there for a second. I was like, oh, I'll throw that on there. Why not? Shout out to J.D. One of my favorite, what's it called? VPs? Yeah, oh yeah. I'm a big fan of J.D. Vance. Eloquent guy, family man. Class. Yeah. That's the way I feel about him. Joseph, what do you got? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. I mean, look at the SPY. No one's really been talking about it this morning, but we're just shy of the all-time highs on the spider. So climbing higher, now almost borderline going parabolic. So that's extremely interesting. And I think that we do touch all-time highs at some point today, especially with the momentum that we have stepping in right now. So yeah, fantastic market. Tesla kind of lagging its peers. That's okay. I think it'll start to pick up steam. We all know it's extremely volatile. But, I mean, we got a banger of a lesson today, guys. It's going to be constructing your day trading playbook. But, Sharif, before we hop in, is there anything you would like to touch on?
Absolutely, sir. So you guys see I'm already involved in a couple of trades. NITO is on a short leash. It's going to have to hold that yellow line that you guys see on your screen. That is a 20 exponential. I got in at VWAP. I'm giving it to below the 20. Simple as that. I perceived support at the $1.25. I look currently like I'm wrong. The reason I was seeing that $1.25 because all the closing prints kept rejecting that $1.25, and then we had VWAP show up at the $1.25. So I was like, this is a great entry here on NITO. Doesn't look that way now. It's a symphony of lower highs, looking awfully flat bottom breakish. It's going to have to hold that 20 penny area. Otherwise, we're gonzino. The other one I'm looking at, I'm involved in HIMX. Several outs on this already. The reason I got in here, Joseph, that $12 area, which was also an area of previous resistance on that initial bull flag up. So I'm involved in this one. This one is up 21 3/4. But as you can see, there are very few names on the small cap gapper charts right now that are not tradable under my system. They're all at or above VWAP. They're all big on the day. Good movers, good direction, good continuity. I hope, underline that it's a good small cap day today. We shall see. I already taken a couple of hits here on DWTX, but it's holding VWAP, so I might, self-sabotage and get in again here, Joseph, because I'm cruising for a bruising right now. Let's see what comes. How are you doing over there with that lesson?
We're good. Sorry, I just got to send one quick message. Yeah, guys, you kind of know the drill, what we're going to get up to here. But I like to see the overall sentiment in the chat, as I usually do when we did the VWAP playbook and everything. So I want to hear from you guys, and it's just simple. I like the yes or no answer, and that's what you're going to put in the chat right after I ask the question, all right? So it's either going to be, boom, he's already ahead of, he doesn't even know the question, and he's already ahead of the ball there. So guys, just put it in the chat, yes or no. Do you and have you constructed your own physical or on your computer day trading playbook? So it's just going to be yes or no, and then we're going to see what everybody says in the chat there, guys. And then we're going to jump right into the lesson. Just yes or no. See if we get some answers start rolling in here very shortly.
You want me to take over?
No, I'm good. Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, just waiting. So yeah, we got a lot of people. No, yes, no. A lot going on. Just waiting for them to start flowing in. And here we go. No. Okay, a lot of no's here, Sharif.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of no's. So guys, we're gonna send it off to Adair real quick, and then we're gonna jump right into the lesson.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, we might have to interrupt the lesson a couple times because Donald Trump is now arrived here virtually anyway at the World Economic Forum. It seems like he is just being welcomed in now. He arrived, people clapped, currently welcoming him. If he says anything of note, I will let you guys know. But it sounds like what's going to happen is he's going to give a speech, and then there's going to be some Q&A from some of the CEOs present. At the very least, I know the Bank of America CEO is going to be here. I will keep you guys posted as he responds. Keep an eye on Bitcoin, absolutely, and crypto in general here, because we are waiting for a potential answer on any crypto executive orders. I will keep you guys posted. Back to you.
Get it.
Yeah, guys, I mean, we got 5,000 people watching right now. So, yeah, a good contribution there from everybody. But again, a lot of no's it seems to be in the chat. So I'm curious. I know Wayner and the boys in the back, Obi, have extensive playbooks and how they journal and everything like that. So hopefully this can give you guys a little extensive or an inside look on what, just from a basic standpoint on what we're constructing and how I started. I kept everything really simple. And then I refer back to how we do the Playmaker poll. That's just how I started. Every day it helped me refine to find what I'm really good at. So I think hopefully you guys dive right into this and hopefully it works or you can take something out of it. So let's get right into it, guys. So this is just the intro, what we're gonna get into here, pre-market preparation, trade criteria, and then data collection as we do with the Playmaker, all right? So creating a day trading playbook is like crafting your own personalized roadmap to navigate the financial markets. Numerous of successful traders credit their success to hard work and defined trading playbook. Pre-market preparation, detailed trading criteria, and consistent data collection are key criteria to the success of numerous amounts of traders, okay? So, pre-market preparation. Starting your trading day the right way is going to be a key factor in your session success. Proper and consistent preparation is important. Sharif hits the gym every day in the morning. I run my scans every day in the morning. I check the technicals, etc. Whatever it may be, stay consistent, make your bed. I remember one person who was teaching me about trading, he says, every day I get up and I do the dishes, and that's already a victory. And he's like, I make the bed as well too. So I'm like, all right, yeah, let me do that. You start winning right out of the day. I wake up, I make my bed, boom, you're winning already, all right? So checking daily news, sentiment on social media, as well as what is in the equities market seems to be catching the public's eyes, okay? So high volume, big headlines, etc. Keep an eye on upgrades, downgrades, and headlines that could affect an individual stock and even the broader market. This is very simple stuff. This is just you getting prepared for your day, okay? Check the daily macroeconomic data points and earnings during and out of season. So once we roll into earnings season, we really want to start looking at these and see what we got going on from a day-to-day basis. And what we're going to talk about next is going to help us refine that. So here's just an example of every morning I just come and I check this. You also have Trader TV Live. In the morning, starting at 8:30, you have Sharif and Brando talking about any macro points coming out. So tune in at 8:30 and you can see the overall sentiment in the market. Like today we had initial jobless claims, usually a market mover. You see a little volatility step in, but not today, and that's okay. But when the big GDP, PPI, CPI all come out, you want to be able to pay attention, and you don't want to be asking yourself when the market is already moving, well, why is the market moving? Well, did you check the macro data? Did you check earnings, etc.? All right, so you want to be prepared in that stance, okay? So trade criteria and stock selection are key factors in consistent trading success. Being in the right stock with your trading parameters will help increase your day-to-day success, all right? So you just don't want to be taking random stocks. You really want to refine your trading criteria, all right? So stock screeners are a great trading tool that allow you to filter through the market and find in-play stocks that fit your playbook's trading metrics, okay? Analyze current technical levels, mark out key support and resistance levels for your in-play stocks. Establish potential trade scenarios, break up, breakdown, reversals, and continuations, okay? So keep that in mind, guys. This is stuff that you want to do, refining your trade criteria. And how do you do that? How do you find which stocks are in play and fit your trade criteria? Sharif has a small cap gappers stock screener, uses it every day. I use a screener as well too, and these are the simplistic criteria that I use for my screener. Look how simple this is. If the scanner name is high volume, that's it. I'm looking for any stock higher than $13, anything lower than 1,000. Okay, so the low volume filter, anything above 900K, and it's whatever. The more volume, the better. That means more hands are involved. Okay, and then that's it. The exchange filter, and that's it. That's when I filter these stocks. It will now break it down and filter out all the other 400 of the or 450 of the S&P stocks, and leave you with a refined amount. And then the rest is up to you to do your due diligence and then break it down to see which criteria and which setup best fits your playbook, okay? But we're gonna send it off to Adara real quick, and then we'll get right back into the lesson.
So for 1 year, Trump said the word crypto, so keep an eye on some of these crypto-related names, but Doge specifically, DOGE, he did not mention Doge, but he did say that he's basically approved and announced his Department of Government Efficiency. If you look at this here, this is the 15-minute chart, largest volume candle of the last few days here on DOGE after that comment from Trump. So keep an eye on Doge and crypto in general as we expect potentially more announcements with crypto and that Department of Government Efficiency.
Go, guys. So we know that we have some potential news coming up for 2:30 as well too, but let's get right back into what we got. Now, data collection, really, really key, and this can help you break down and find where you're really efficient and where you're not, and then you can eliminate what you're not good at and then really, really hone in on what you are good at, all right? So numerous points of data can be collected for your specific day trading or investing criteria. Select and collect key points that best fit your system. Categorize your entries, all right? So 9:30 to 11, market open executions, 11 to 2 p.m., midday analysis, and then 2 to 4 o'clock power hour and closing session, all right? So rank weight of catalysts, so you got upgrades and downgrades, macro data, news headlines, mergers and acquisitions, and then earnings, okay? So then also implement risk per trade, collect data on your risk units per trade. This can help you scale trades and setups you're more efficient in and reduce risk trades setups you're less accurate on, okay? So if you're not hitting those 2-to-1s or you're like half R or negative, eliminate those and then go find where you're really good at. If you're hitting those 2-to-1s, why are you hitting those 2-to-1s? Okay, it's from 9:30 to 11 where I hit those big trades. It has an earnings report or it's on some really strong macro news. Okay, boom. So now you have something that really fits your criteria and something that you know that you're efficient in, okay? So here we go. So journal as well as collect screenshots after each trade. Obi does this. I do this myself, especially after each trade. Document your psychology before, after, and during the trades. Analyze how you managed each position, all right? Were you antsy? Were you calm and cool? Did you execute properly, etc., all right? So there's a vast amount of data points that you can collect and then really, really dive into those. Eliminate all the ones that aren't working for you and then hone in on the ones that are working with you, all right? Document accuracy with short and long positions. And this is just some stuff here. We do this with the Playmaker pool, but the trade number, the ticker, the pre-market volume, the strategy that you're implementing, the time in, which session it was, the timeout, the risk to reward, so how many risk units did you use and what was the reward on that, how many shares did you take, the catalyst of that, and the level of the catalyst, and then the date as well too. So tricks of the trade, we'll finish it up real quick before we send to Adara. So define your goals, all right? You don't want to have unrealistic goals. You want to be able to gradually progress, okay? So develop a repeatable system, really, really important, something that you need to do. Successful trading playbooks require structure, discipline, and data-driven decision-making. Constantly analyze what you're good at and dissect the key metrics that provide the success. Always manage risk accordingly and do not take outsized losses. And if you have any questions, guys, please feel free to put them in the chat and we will do the best that we can to answer them. But let's send it off to Adara.
Adara. There's so much happening here, so I'm just going to say one thing. Keep an eye on these AI and oil-related stocks. AI, because Donald Trump just spoke again here about the fact that there was a $100 billion investment from SoftBank. The way he worded it was $100 to $200 billion, which to my knowledge has not been confirmed. Then also said that this Project Starbank led by Oracle, OpenAI, I have Oracle up here, Oracle, OpenAI, and SoftBank is going to be investing $500 billion. As far as I was aware, the actual wording was up to 500 billion. So be aware here, Trump really pumping up a lot of these AI-related investments, also saying that he thinks he can get the Saudi prince to invest up to $1 trillion potentially in the U.S. So be aware here, Saudi investments could be a potentially good look for the economy. Saying also, though, and this is why we have a drop in oil, is because Trump has actually said here that he is asking OPEC here, or I guess asking Saudi Arabia to get OPEC to lower prices. So crude oil dropping on that, guys. Basically, oil and AI on watch here as Donald Trump continues to give his address.
Thank you very much, Adara.
Thank you for that. Yes, let's go, Bitcoin, man.
Bitcoin's going.
Yeah, if we can, we'll send it to you in a second. Pull up my chart real quick. Yeah, so we're in here on some IBIT, guys. I'm looking for that high day break, and sure enough, we got it entered right at 59.80s, and then now just climbing higher and higher. And we know we got some big news potentially coming up in the king of crypto.
Oh, it is. It's definitely going. I'm in BTCT right now. Scalped out already, I think, into the mid 40s, but it's going to have to hold $8. To me, on the 1 minute, it looks like it's bull flagging. Here comes 8. So we're already a little bit out of the money for the remaining amount here. And I still have decent size on, but it's going to have to hold that $8 area. I see possible support at around 770. So if it gives way at 8, which it looks like it will here, then we'll look to get back in possibly if it sets up the right way at around 7 3/4. Here comes 8 again. A whole lot of chop and churn at this $8 level. Good strength from it initially. Shout out to Tisha, who was talking about this one in the chat, but I think this one, yeah, there we go. So it breaks down below 8 momentarily anyway, reclaiming 8 immediately. But yeah, it's been tough. I mean, I've had a couple of trades. This one, DWTX, didn't hold, multiple scalps to the upside, but then always getting stopped out for the remaining amount on this one. Likewise here with BTCT, lacking continuity. That's kind of how I feel with some of these small cap gappers. And then there's like the other ones that OKLO, SMR, NNE that are all super directional. I don't know why I've chosen to go with these bad boys over here that are stopping me out to no end. So a little frustrating to start the day, and we just got stopped out of HIMX. How many am I going to get stopped out of? I was just waxing poetic about how strong these names were to start the show, and then they all stopped me out, like all in sync at the same time. So we'll look, I guess, at these nuclear names because they're the ones that really have continuity here. I'm talking about LTBR, SMR, OKLO, NNE. These are the ones that are really not pulling back. And if they're pulling back, they're bouncing off predictable levels. Let's look at the chart here on NNE. Good strength on this one, right into that $43 level. And then what it ends up doing is it holds a 10 exponential moving average in a very, very bullish way because it doesn't even breach a 10 exponential moving average, coming right into that level. And then boom, popping up more than $1, almost $1.50 since it touched or glanced at that 10 exponential. Look at DWTX. Oh man, yeah, that's frustrating for me to start the day like that because, well, I tried to have this one at VWAP, but it dropped all the way down. Now look at it rocketing up into 705, 707. So good strength on DWTX here, but we won't be capitalizing because we already got stopped out. So I want to regroup, look at the right names, the ones that I perceive to be are the nuclear names. Those are the ones that are more directional. The other ones kind of flipping and flopping a little bit here, and that's not the move. Definitely don't want to be catching these ones on the wrong side. That's for certain. So we'll keep an eye out on these bad boys. Let's flip back right now to BTCT because that one is coming into that 7 3/4 area that I was talking about. This is the area of previous resistance that I'm talking about that I like for a possible holdup. The volume weighted average price should be noted is well below that area resistance level at 775. VWAP on my chart is around 7 1/3. So this is a little risky taking it over here, but we're going to give this one a try. Wow, DWTX, bro. Oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. Oh, no. All right, well, let's load up this bad boy. I just traded this wrong. Oh, look at this thing go, bro. Ugh, right back up into that 750. I really did want to take the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, but I was already red on it from the zillion stop outs that we had. So I was like, I don't want to get back anymore on this. And that was wrong. I should have traded the trade, not my P&L. And That was a bit of a mistake on my part, but we're still early in the show, still early in the trading day. Going to get my my bearings under me over here, and we're going to look to regroup, Joseph, do a little bit better, and see exactly if we can extract some profits from these here markets. So we're going to give this one the old try as well. What do you got on your side, my man? What are you looking at over there?
Same thing we got going on here. It's looking like we might get stopped out break even here around 59.80s. But IBIT was roaring to the top side, so up now about 1.2% on the session. Slightly volatile here, guys, especially with the SPY and the Qs just tapping around those all-time highs. Well, maybe not so much the Qs, but the SPY is there, getting extremely close. So it's going to need some momentum to push through some of those key levels. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on that. We got a big trade coming up at 1 o'clock with the Playmaker poll. So we definitely always have to keep our eyes on the SPY. But here we are with Palantir. Palantir is really tanking here, guys, and so are some of the other big tech names. I don't know if these guys are big tech names, but it's definitely one of the most popular intraday trading names here. But now breaking through some key support levels is Palantir, headed to the sell side real quick. Nice strong 5-minute orb here on Palantir, now giving that back, forming this double top here. So we got to keep an eye out on these key levels, guys. You know, Neil and Sean and Sharif are always watching these, and we have to do the exact same thing. So when key levels are broken, you got to accept it for what it is and then look to participate, especially if that volume steps in. So let's see what Adair's up to real quick.
So Q&A is now happening here for Donald Trump at Davos. I will let you guys know if anything of importance here or market-moving relevance is said. Q&A, though, is beginning here, so definitely, I will be watching this carefully, guys.
Sounds good.
In Davos, man. I would like to take the trip up to Davos.
You notice how he didn't even go this time. He didn't show up in person. He did it via webcam. And I was telling Brendo off camera as well, CNBC only sent Sorkin.
Yeah.
Kernan didn't go. Becky Quick didn't go. So I was like, are they not, you know, as interested in this whole event as they were in the past? Is this like a subliminal message that the World Economic Forum fallen out of favor? We all know, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff online being said about the World Economic Forum and their influence and this and that.
Oh, but everybody mad about the jets flying in there and all that stuff, the PJs and
there's a whole other conversation we could have about basically ancillary industry to the World Economic Forum. Things that take place there that do very well when the leaders are there.
Oh, yeah?
Can't say it on camera.
Yeah, we're not going to say it
but it's really interesting.
Yeah, that is really interesting stuff there. Okay, we're going to send it to Adara real quick.
So, guys, more news, and actually not related to the Davos speech. Humana is sharply to the upside here, up about 7%. 2 million shares of volume, so not insignificant for a stock of this size. And relative volume of 6.4. I am not seeing any news on this. Minimal social media attention, but from what I'm seeing, it seems like there was some kind of call sweep happening here for HUM. Keep an eye. We know these insurance names have also been pretty beaten up recently following the death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Of course, that was a targeted shooting, which led to some negative sentiment in the space. So HUM, some of these names might have some room to run. Be aware here of that push to the upside, guys, with volume.
Thank you very much, Adara. Adara keeping us on our toes with all the updates, and as well she should be, because this is a very important time with the Orange Man possibly making important pronouncements about crypto and the effect that could have. Obviously, we already know crypto was running before he was even in power, so it stands to reason that when he makes pronouncements when he is in power, that it should even move some more. I just want to hear anything about a possible, what's it called? What are they calling that?
The reserve.
The reserve fund, yeah. So we may not get that at the forum itself. That might be for a different day, different time. I don't know. He may want to make these pronouncements incrementally to kind of take advantage of the headlines that he could garner, obviously, from these type of announcements, because they're not small by any means. This crypto reserve fund could fundamentally move the price. And I was reading a lot this morning. Crypto bulls are getting a little frustrated with the lack of pronouncements. They expected more. Guys, we're like a few days deep.
But dude, he started like on Sunday. Like, I'm sure he's got other things to deal with.
Right.
Sure, right. So, but I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Yes,
it'll come, and then when it does, just be prepared. It could go either way. if he decides to do start that reserve or not. And if he doesn't, then maybe Bitcoin decides that it wants to sell off a little bit. But again, you just got to be prepared, wait for that price action to come in, and let that dictate what you're going to do. But here we are, guys, on the SPY. If we can pull up my chart here real quick, not far off of these all-time highs. We definitely can put a push in today and breach those. So only a couple percent, not even a percent, off of these all-time highs is the SPY. So looking forward to see if we can go and tap into those later on in the session. Down about 0.27% off those all-time highs, Sharif.
All right, we're still involved in BTCT here. Almost got a couple of prints at 88s. There does seem to be a seller in the high 80s that we can't seem to shake. What's keeping me involved in this trade is the fact that we're putting in higher lows, holding what I perceive to be an area of technical resistance initially. This time, at least for the moment, it's acting as support, but it's having a whole lot of trouble with the seller of note that we do have in the high 80s. So by no means out of the woods on this one. So we'll keep an eye certainly to see if we can get going here on BTCT. I'm also looking at OKLO. Well, because it's coming into an interesting area over here, which is a 10 exponential moving average. OKLO is the one I'm talking about. I think it trades on the NYSE. Yes, it does trade on the NYSE, okay. It's coming into the 10 exponential moving average. It's a 2-candle retracement, 2-candle red retracement into about 38 and 4/5. The 10 exponentials at $0.75. We're already breaching that area, coming down into the $0.50 now here on OKLO. So for the moment, it's breaching the 10 exponential. So I'm not going to get in here because, well, it's going to have to show me that it's going to hold up here because we're already kind of not doing that well, quite frankly, on the day. So we're going to try to regroup a little bit. I don't want to take trades that are a bit higher risk. That may be a little bit. So we'll see over here on OKLO. Just looking at the side screen to see if this one is holding up at the 10 exponential. We could try to get in with maybe a $0.50 level now as our exit. SMR and LTBR kind of doing the same thing. Same thing with NNE. They're all pulling back in a little bit. Oh, goodness gracious. Good God almighty. BTCT got stopped out again. Wow, bro. Everything. Oh, for everything on the day. Very frustrating so far, Joseph. I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes it be like that, man. It's not the easiest of sessions. If we were to look at the cues from an orderly price action standpoint, it's nothing compared to the SPY. I'm watching XLF on the side as well, too. So just keep an eye on that. I'm like, why is the SPY moving significantly better than what the Qs are doing here? And sure enough, here we just have bar after bar overlapping each other. So not something you necessarily want to see from an intraday price action standpoint. We like to see those bars in a continuous pattern, whether it be a pullback or a directional trade. So here we go. The Qs a little bit lagging. It's pure the SPY. So we'll continue to monitor that as well too. I don't know what you guys are asking me in the chat here. I don't even know if that makes any sense. But okay, yeah, here we go, guys. Oh no, he tans. No, I said he tans. No, he tans. That's why. It's why it's not because. Yeah. Anyways, guys, here we are sitting in some IBIT as well too. Let's see if we can. We'll add a little bit here to go and push for that next high a day. And see if we can breach that as well too. So a nice little add there. If we can get through 68.80s, then I think we'll look to take the majority of the position off. So yeah, that's my look there on the IBIT and the overall market. Let's take a look at some of the top volume stocks here this morning. You know what's at the top of its class is NVDA, but sitting in second place here is AAPL. They had earnings this morning, so strong report, but not such a good outlook for, I think, Q1 next year, or this year, sorry. So again, that can justify some of the sell-off here. And then we got IBIT sitting in third place as well too, guys. But yeah, we're gonna continue to trade some IBIT. It's strong today, and some NVDA, but let's see what Adair is up to for the moment.
Keep an eye here on some of these mega cap tech tickers, specifically Apple, Google, and Meta. They were all just mentioned by Donald Trump. In his answer, he basically said that he thinks that the EU should not be going after U.S. companies, specifically citing some of its cases against companies like Apple, Google, or Meta. That he was specifically mentioned Apple, but he says he's pretty sure they're going after Google and Meta as well for, quote, billions of dollars. So just be aware here of these moves. Apple actually bouncing a little bit as of right now. So Trump saying that these EU antitrust cases should not be occurring, guys.
Yeah, Google and Apple were in the headlines today for the Competition Markets Authority out in England looking to investigate them further, alleging obviously anti-competitive behavior. It's a whole different basket on that side of the ocean. I mean, hey, regulation can be good to protect certain groups of people in society. However, it is very bad for direct investment. Just have a look at the GDP for Europe from 2008 on. Compare that to the United States. Back in 2008, believe it or not, they were fundamentally similar economies with very similar GDPs. That is not the case anymore. So, yeah, regulation is kind of part and parcel of the European society over there, and they have to pay the price for that. So we'll keep monitoring that and see what else Donald Trump is going to opine on. DWTX, guys, halted to the upside, 217%. $8.88. That is a good number right there. I do like that. Very bamboozling, at least for me. I was trying to get in on VWAP. This one breached VWAP. Mark decidedly got into that $0.50, but in fact, it actually breached the $0.50 by a couple of pennies because I had my stop at the $0.50. Lo and behold, I got stopped out, and then it's rocketing back up to the high side, up 217%. And here are the details on DWTX. It's an $11 million market cap with about 30 million shares, a little bit less, traded on the day with a float of 25.8 million shares. And the short flow, let's find out what that is. Negligible over here. Well, I don't actually have it from Trade Idea, so we won't have that data point to share, but it is halted to the upside. It's a multiple halter. If you look at the 1 minute chart, I do believe this one halted earlier, both to the upside. In fact, the initial halt was at 6.5, and then it did breach into that 5.5. Now we're halted at 888. So DWTX certainly in focus, a good mover on the day. I think it's the biggest winner in, at least on my scanner, up 217%, but it's not the only one running. OKLO, NNE, LTBR, SMR, they're all coming into areas of technical support. Whether or not they bounce off that area and continue to the high side, an entirely different story. I'm going to keep my eye out on these because they seem like they are the strongest of the bunch, obviously with DWTX being the single outlier. But what I'm trying to say is the nuclear names seem to have some continuity today. They're not the biggest percentage winners on the day, but they definitely look a little bit better in terms of continuity. So let's go ahead and load up. Do we already have LTBR? I think I did have it up. Let me just have a look over here. No, I don't. I took it off. Okay, so let's flip from OKLO to LTBR. And no, LTBR there. I think this is on the NASDAQ. There we go. Good. All right, so that came in to that 8.5, that 10 exponential moving average, and it is bouncing up over here. So let's see if we can weasel in. Why is a spread 7 pennies on an $8 name? That's a little expensive. That's all right. So we'll weasel in onto this one. We're going to give this one to about 839 or so, which is the low end of the range. And then we're going to have to give it a bit more of a spread between the trigger and the limit because it's a bit of a spready name. So that's what we're doing right now. Where are we in? We're in at 59s. It's showing me 60 up on the ass. We're going to throw a couple of orders over here. I'm going to sit at 67s, and then we're going to layer into 74, and then Adara has something for us at the big desk.
Dude, Donald Trump just said they're going to be getting rapid approval, quote, for building, I guess, here for the U.S. for the AI, but also saying they need to double the energy they have in the U.S. for AI to, quote, be as big as we want it. So keep an eye on some of these utility plays. We know VST was pretty strongly implicated when they made the Project Stargate announcement because VST is based in Texas, where the first investment is going to be. Keep an eye on CEG, Constellation Energy, and Vistra. VST, with this announcement here, Trump really trying to emphasize energy specifically as they get their AI plans off the ground, guys. Back to you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. I mean, we know $500 billion going into AI infrastructure, and with that, he said, yeah, they're going to need the energy to produce it, so they're going to get everything that they need on that front. So energy plays can definitely start to look a little bit better because it has been lagging a lot of the other sectors here. If we were to look at XLE real quick, and it's just something like, I don't know if I necessarily want to be invested in that. I know we're going to look at GME in 1 second right after we look at XLE from a daily perspective. And here we go. Okay, I thought they were going to embarrass me a little bit there, but there we go. Nice run here off the bottoms in XLE. Not necessarily the vehicle you want to be invested in for the, well, I shouldn't say that, but this price action is a little bit stressful. Even though the ATR isn't too vast on this, it's okay. Nice pullback here, but a really good bounce off the bottoms, moving up $10 off those lows. So really good look there on XLE. As of right now, I think that this becomes more in play. Sharif, what do you got going on, brother?
All right, man. We're still involved in LTBR. I'm in SMR, taking a couple of prints, taking the squeeze here. SMR taking out the high of the day, NNE taking out the high of the day. They're both looking decently strong. 29.14 HOD, 29.15 now HOD for SMR as it continues to move up. I'm layering my orders, trying to take advantage of the squeeze. Multiple out so far. Now I'm going to set up at 30s. There it is. We're taking multiple prints. Finally, a dub here. Jeez, I was about to use some expletives up on this place. But here we go. Boom to the high side. But some selling coming in right now on SMR. Unable to take out that 30 penny level. Back to 26 is the high of the day is 28. It's not a bad look. So we're in at about the whole dollar there. So some room for us to run on this bad boy over here. Let's go back to LTBR. One print up in the 70s, still waiting for the 8. So LTBR is a nuclear name, but it's definitely not a household name like some of the other ones that we're looking like SMR. You got the Katina man involved in that, his buddies involved in that. So more eyes seem to be on the bigger names than, the small cap nuclear names, because LTBR, definitely not one of the bigger ones. It's about $134 million market cap, so definitely a bit smaller there. So we'll keep an eye on all of these, because right now, nuclear guys in vogue as Donald Trump wants to expand AI abilities, and obviously with respect to that, you got to have the energy in order to do that. And it's not just for AI, guys. These electric vehicles, even though he's removed the electric vehicle mandate, you have to assume that EV sales grow year over year, even if not at the same rate. And if you're going to have more EVs on the road, you definitely need the infrastructure to charge them. And my understanding is with the current projections, we just don't. So we'll keep an eye out on that, guys. NNE is taking out the high of the day, guys. This one's up 24%, taking that 45.30 at there at the big desk.
We do have here more questions coming here for Donald Trump. BAC, or Bank of America CEO Brian Moynihan, saying to Donald Trump, if you want to be basically kind of putting in all of these forces here, all of this economic growth, how do you plan on managing inflation, right? Keeping it down. Trump actually thinks these plans will bring down inflation. So keep an eye on that. We know that there was a lot of concern from Fed officials and other individuals as to what will be occurring here with inflation and how to proceed in monetary policy with Donald Trump's policies. So I think that is of note. Keep an eye here in the US dollar as well.
Thank you, Adara.
Yeah, thank you for that. I tried a little move on TSLA here, guys. I was looking for this thing to break through. The overall market is trending higher, breaking out, and Tesla's just lagging its peers right now. Is it in a breakout area, a range from a daily perspective? Absolutely not. So again, probably not going to look to trade this thing anymore unless some volume really steps in, because there's more in play tickers on the session, like NVDA, IBIT as well too, and GME. A lot of people are talking about GME, so I'm just going to avoid Elon and company. I think for the majority of the session. I know people say, "Well, Joe, say you'll do it, and then you'll go back." Well, yeah, if it sets up, then maybe that. Yeah. But I'm not gonna try to force anything, milk a stone, as I like to say, my friend. But here we go. Let's take a look at GME here. I know Roy and Kitty posted some Futurama stuff. But again, Sean pointed out the short float, right? The short float is 8%. What it was before, when it squeezed in whatever it went to, whatever price it went to, it was over 100%. So you're not going to get that same effect here, guys. I love that we like holding on. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but again, I don't see it going back to those prices unless something catastrophic happens. I don't know if that can even be possible. But again, a lot of money was lost in the hedge funds, and the chances of them allowing that to happen again are going to be extremely slim, guys. So yeah, that's my look there on GME. It is moving half decently, nothing extraordinary. But what do you got going on there? Now it seems you're getting a little fist pump or two.
I was trading like a gang buffoon,
yeah,
bro.
But now you're live.
Now we're okay. Now we're doing well on
now
both
you're back.
these trades. Yeah, we're taking out the highs.
Baby.
Bang! on LTBR, bro. I was going to start throwing some slippers, and that's a euphemism for something else. So we're going to keep an eye. All right, so LTBR taking out highs, SMR taking out highs. I only have one out left on SMR, so I won't be touching this one. Let's see where this bad boy wants to squeeze up to, but it's LTBR that I'm still holding the majority of the position on. Okay, go, baby. Now we're knocking the door of $9. Currently, that door has not opened. The high of the day on this name, $8.99, with some size showing up at the whole dollar, some selling coming in to be expected, obviously, at the whole dollar. Areas of psychological support and resistance. I'm talking about that whole dollar, you know, the half dollar, and in some cases the quarter and the quarter dollar as well. So we'll keep tabs on these bad boys here, looking for that $9 break and take, I guess, is kind of what I'm trying to say there. Back now to SMR. 66 is now the high of the day as it comes back into that half dollar, which is absolutely fine. Now, since I only have, one out left on this bad boy, and if it's going to continue to squeeze in this manner, I'd like to be able to weasel into some more. What's the move, though? How do I weasel? Well, I see some possible support for SMR at $29. You had the initial rejection over here. So if it comes back into 29, which is where I'm in, I may be looking to add. But I'm going to have to keep a super tight stop on this bad boy. Okay, LTBR is coming back down. It didn't take out that $9 level. So we'll have to, how many outs do I have on LTBR? No, I'm good. So we're gonna have to hold on to this because we don't have too many more outs. Yeah, but to continue my thought here on SMR, if it comes back into 29, I'm likely to add, but with a tight stop. Now, I should tell you that 29 is what I perceive to be price action support, but the 10 exponential moving average on the 5 is around 28.67. So that poses a bit of a conundrum for me here. Do I look to get in at 29, because that's what I say price action support is, or do I stick to my normal methodology, which is to get in on the 10 exponential moving average on the 5-minute chart on a pullback? Questions that I have to basically answer and decide, and I don't think I have that long to do that. Now, I'll watch how it trades specifically, maybe around the $29 level. I'll specifically look at the bid to see if there's any big size possibly backstopping a $29 break and drop. If there isn't, then I may be more hesitant to place an order in and around that area. So lots of decisions to be made. Now, lots of decisions to be made at this level. I gotta send it to you because apparently I gotta do some favors.
You gotta do some favors, my guy. So yeah, we're gonna take over for a couple minutes here and see what we got going on. Someone in the chat asked us to take a look at Caterpillar, and you ask and you shall receive here. So let's take a look at Cat. Boom. Here we go. Oh wow, what a beautiful breakout. I know Neil said he has this in his long term, running into these all-time highs here, guys. Not too far off of them. Let's see what we got going on from a percentage metric. See how high we are off these all-time highs. So only about 3%, going on a monster run, kind of like the rest of the market here. So good to see Caterpillar moving. I mean, infrastructure spend, as you was mentioning, you need to build. So with that, here comes these heavy equipment companies, Cat, Deere, whatever it may be. So yeah, I used to do that back in the day, operate heavy equipment. So yeah, good stuff. I always enjoyed Cat. But it sounds like we got an ad read to do.
Yeah, we do. Just going to do this real quick over here. There we go. All right, guys. Are you a skilled trader but lacking capital? Prop firms offer the opportunity to trade with simulated funds, allowing you to showcase your skills. Access account sizes ranging from $5,000 to $500,000, and you can start with as little as $20. But with over 500 prop firms out there, how did you find out which are the best? That's where Prop Firm Match steps in. Prop Firm Match is your go-to platform for finding and comparing only the most esteemed firms with proven track records and consistent long-term payment histories. Access over 4,500 verified reviews, explore payout histories, and discover the best current deals all in one place. Scan that QR code or visit propfirmmatch.com today and find the perfect prop firm for you. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Ram?
Yeah, I mean, it's good stuff there. Compare 40 leading prop firms. That's it. Propfirmmatch.com. Find your match and scan that QR code and start scrolling through that and see what works best for you guys. So fantastic tool there. We like that one. But what do you got going on there, my guy?
Nothing much, man. Just watching as LTBR continues to zig and zag. I got stopped out for the remaining amount that I had on SMR as it broke $29. So we'll keep an eye on this one. I'm very interested in adding now at the 10 exponential because there was not size at the whole dollar to support the whole dollar from drop or preventing it from dropping. So but the 10 exponential on my side chart's around 28.5, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw an order around $28.5 over here. 28.55s. We'll throw a dip trade in there. We'll see if we can weasel into some here if it does come back into that 10 exponential moving average. LTBR continues to hold near highs. We're going unprinted still on the north side of 9. I've got a couple more outs on this one. Where are we in? We're in at 59s. It's showing me 72s. So I still got a bit of a buffer here between my entry and the current price action. So definitely keeping an eye on that. What else we got over here? NNE, LTBR, SMR, OKLO, all at the 10 exponential moving averages and showing you possible opportunities for entry here. This is what I'm looking at. NNE at the 10 exponential. OKLO at the 10 exponential. Likewise with SMR, and you already know LTBR is already doing that. So it behooves me to probably weasel in at least here on SMR, because it's not quite making its way back down into the 10 exponential. And if that's going to be the case, we'll see over here. I'm trying to make a decision as to what to do. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that order active at the $0.50. It's coming back now into 64s. I'd like to see what it does, and then I could give it to below the $0.50 as well. Oh, wow, it already got an aggressive bounce off that level. Geez Louise. Okay, I guess it touched the 10 exponential and didn't trigger me over here. So right back up to the upside it goes. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get in smaller share size at this level, if it'll have me. And then I'll leave my order at the $0.50 to print if it does come back and actually touch the 10 exponential. So that's the move right now that I'm trying to work into. There we go. So now we got 78s on SMR. So here we go, coming back down. All right, let's go and throw in our order south of the $0.50 because it's going to have to hold up at the $0.50 here for me to stay involved. Let's go and sit over here, and then that's what we're going to do there, Joseph. So, yeah, what do you got over there?
Yeah, we just added on some IBIT here, guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about TSL. No, I kind of went against my word, but that is final. I'm not messing around with this thing much anymore, especially when you're trying to do the breakout plays and you get these squeezes on tight risk. It's just like, it's slightly frustrating, but we are starting to break down here. We went long, stopped out, and then I'm like, okay, all right, we're running into some key support levels here. Let's see if we break down. Sure enough, squeezes just before I could hold any longer, and then I just cut the trade. And now starting to break down a little bit here, but let's go back to what we got going on, and that is working for us, and just stick to that. So here's the IBIT trade here, guys. Enter here, a bunch of partials on the way out, and then nice add going into that test of the high a day. And I think it's only a matter of time until we do break through. So let's wait and see what Donald himself has to say, what that executive order may be. But guys, we're gonna send it off to Adair real quick.
These Chinese ADRs and names are kind of going off right now. PDD looking really good here. TRIP, TripAdvisor. This is actually not a Chinese name, but this one's just going off here as well. It's worth noting there also is Alibaba. Pick your ADR. They are getting a little bit of a bump right now. Basically what happened here is Donald Trump says that he actually sees China and Xi Jinping here as an ally, specifically thinking that they could work together for a variety of purposes there, including ending the war in Russia. So keep an eye here on BABA, PDD, any other Chinese ADRs. They are getting a little bit of a pop here with positive remarks here coming out of Trump with regards to China, which we know was a huge concern here with regards to some tariffs, guys. Back to you.
Yep, right. I was about to say, rest in peace, SMR, someone wrote in the chat. Goss stopped out of that one. It did break the $0.50, so we're going to... I don't know. What can I tell you guys? The system ain't working today. I'm trying to do exactly what I do mostly every day, and there's just no continuity. Or there's more volatility, so the system ain't working. So I'm going to have to keep my eye out on that and, definitely be a bit more selective with the entries here because they just ain't working for me today. All right, looking at the scanner to the top side, seeing if there's anything moving anew. Not really. It's just still most of these... nuclear names that are still doing the bulk of the work for these small cap gappers. I'm looking just to see if there's anything that I hadn't had my eyes on, and that's trading above VWAP, because I just won't trade them if they're trading south of VWAP. So the mostly mostly nuclear names that are continuing to run. So we'll keep tabs on that. One thing we didn't look at though is the large cap. So let's weasel into the side chart over here and bring in the trusty Mag 7 as well as the Fuge. The Fuge just got into highs, baby. I'm talking about that 21,971 as we work our way closer to that 22,000 point area again. Joseph was telling me just off camera that the ES made all-time highs. The ES is actually up on the morning, up 0.2. The NQ down 0.17. So a bit of divergence there between the two. The Dow's up 2/3 and the Russ up 1/5. So the NQ only one in negative territory right now. Meta seems to be doing quite well on the day. It's up 1%. I want to say it's the strongest, is it, of the Mag 7 names? I believe it is. Yeah, Mag 7 related. Meta is up 1%. You have second line is Google, 0.8, but it's really Netflix. I mean, I know Netflix is not the Mag, but it's up 2 2/3, so good look for Netflix there as it continues to benefit from that earnings report, Joseph.
Hey, good look. So yeah, let's just talk about some more stocks here, just knocking on the door of their all-time highs. And we got Google as well, guys, so not too far. All-time high, 202.34 on Google is the all-time high. Pushing towards it. Let's see how much we can continue to trade higher with Google. And then SPY, we mentioned, not too far off it, only about 0.25%, 0.2 there, guys. 607.55 is the price that we're trading at right now. Bitcoin is really starting to sell off. I'm gonna hop all out of this position here, guys. There we go. Lock in some of those gains. But let's take a look at Amazon as well real quick, AMZN, because we did make new all-time highs on Amazon yesterday. So an inside day, it seems to be the case for AMZN and company, the e-commerce giant. But let's see what Adara is up to.
It's worth noting here, yeah, so Donald Trump has now left the stage. The event has ended, so no more Davos Trump speech to be aware of here, guys. This is just DJT, not moving much on this. Back to you.
Yeah, thanks as always for those, Adara. But here we go, guys. There we go, guys. We're out of this position here now on IBIT. Going to reassess. Had the inability to continue to climb higher. We did have that momentum pushing through those highs of days, which is really key and important. So it's like, okay, the thesis being we're either going to go and test the high a day and make potentially a new one, or we're just going to fail back into the volume weighted average price. And sure enough, we had the right timing on this one, and we got that nice move up here with the ad. But then we took some off, and then it just came right back against us here. So we're not going to hold on to this one. I do think that Bitcoin can sell. We are trading in a range here on spot, so we have to keep this in mind as well too. But we are holding some really key support levels. So that was really important. And in my thesis was, okay, if we can hold this level that we marked out as a unit here before, with those lower highs, and then now we broke through that with the momentum, which is really important, and now holding those as support. If we can continue to hold these, I think that's going to be real beneficial for this. The technical setup is there, but one thing that is, if that news comes in negative, we can flush right down, and best believe we're going to see some hectic selling, I think, in BTC. But again, if it goes the other way, then we're going to hit the teens, in my opinion. It can easily put in one of those 10K days, as it usually does. The volatility skew to the top side steps in on crypto and other assets, some other assets as well too. So we really need to monitor this, be prepared for when that announcement comes, and decide which way we're going to take this trade, or continue to hold on to our positions if we have good position as well. All right. So if our positioning within our holdings is extremely well, then don't hit the panic button just yet. You want to see it breach some key support levels, as I mentioned. I even told you guys before I made a mistake by letting go of some here. But then as we continue to ascend to the top side, to the northeast, I'm like, all right, let me build back into this and see if we can go and hit those mid-teens in the 100,000s. So yeah, that's my look on Bitcoin. I think it's still something positive to look out for. But again, this asset's really volatile.
Oh yeah, where's it at right now?
105.
Okay.
Yeah, 105.
Everything's green though on my Bitcoin watch, which is interesting because Riot. I threw Riot there on the poll for you guys because, well, when I put it on there, it was up like 6%. It's come down to about 4 1/3 right now, which I just didn't really understand why Riot was moving. I looked to see if there was a headline on it from today. There's nothing from the 23rd. There are a couple of entries from the 22nd, but anyway, Riot blockchain, or Riot platforms as they call themselves now, up about 4 2/3 now, 4 3/4. Every time I look at it, it's a volatile name. So we'll keep tabs on that. I'm still looking at the nuclear names, even though they're pulling back. Like you got SMR at the 20, you got NNE also bouncing off the 20. OKLO kind of did the same thing, bouncing off the 20 exponential moving average on the 5-minute chart. They all did the exact same thing. Some are farther off the 20 exponential than others. Case in point, SMR at the 20, OKLO comes right into that 20, and then we have a bottoming tail candle. Same thing with NNE. Comes into the 20 exponential, bounces a little bit, but we don't have a change in trend. And what do I mean by that? I mean, yeah, great. We bounced off the 20 quick as you like, but we don't have a new candle make a 5-minute high, so you don't have a definite change in direction. And that's something that I definitely need to keep my eye on today because I don't think that I can catch bottoms on the day. I just don't have the feel for the market today to be confident enough to say, oh, yeah, look, we're going to catch bottoms here. So I'll be looking for more, I don't know, higher probability trades. That's what I'm trying to say there. Lacking a lot of eloquence. So we're going to keep my eye out on these names. I know DWTX is still above the 10 exponential. It's got a bit of a bull flag right now setting up. It's got a couple of bull flags actually, to be fair. There's your initial move up and then your consolidation sideways. Given how it was trading, it did breach VWAP on a wick basis, but on a closing basis, it was able to reclaim it super quick. And there you go. There's a second bull flag, and here we are kind of putting in the pennant, higher lows, lower highs, or bull pennant, whatever. But we still don't have a breakout above that 875. So it's respecting the 10 exponential on a 2-candle, 5-minute basis here. So 10 minutes above the 10 exponential, all the while touching it twice. But you don't really have a move above that 8 3/4. Maybe this is an interesting time to set up on DWTX here. I'll keep an eye on it. I don't have to be in super quick. So those are the ones I'm looking at right now. The MAG are not really to my liking on the day, despite the fact that the NQ is trying to get back into Greensville over here, up about that 29,955. So we'll keep tabs on that. Saw somebody in the chat say Fubo. Let's load up Fubo. Have a look at that bad boy. Where's my side chart? There we go. So this one was benefiting, I believe, last week or the week prior from its deal with Disney's. It's got a definitive buyout deal with Diz. It's been selling off since that time. Decent day today, not the biggest mover, up 6 1/3%. Got into about that $4 area, then selling off. I would have probably tried to pick it up at $3.90, given how many times we rejected that $3.90, but it's already breaching that. It's coming back into the volume weighted average price, or so it seems, which is around the low 80s, 383 currently on my chart here on Fubo, Fubo, one of the names that we definitely have traded on the How to Trade show during the midday. But today, I don't know. It's not the best setup. I'll keep my eye on it though, especially at around this level over here. If it wants to catch VWAP, then bounce, I think this might be an interesting trade. JV, thank you very much for the $2 super chat. Bank of Japan rate hike expected at 7:50 p.m. Eastern. Any thoughts? I don't personally deal too much with Forex, nor do I comment on it because it's just beyond my scope of competence. But I just think it's important because of what happened in the summer, possibly with that yen carry trade unwind. I don't know if that happens again or if people have already de-risked or maneuvered around that. So, yeah, good point. Not one that I had thought about or one that I'm qualified to opine on, Joseph.
Hey, good luck there. We got another $2 super chat. Bank of Japan, right? Did you? Sorry, brother. I'm talking in the chat. So there you go. Carry trade, just mentioned that. So thank you for that $2 super chat. Yeah, pay attention, Joseph. But sorry, I was talking to Jay Lee in the chat. He said he just closed his SOX long off 1640. So yeah, good luck there, shorting the semis. And we were just saying, yeah, it's not necessarily an investment vehicle, right? So you don't want to be holding on to that too long just because of the decay, and it also resets every day, right? Because it has to equal to what the current price is at. So you need to keep that in mind. It's not an investment vehicle, strictly for intraday trading mainly. And then if you would like to swing, I wouldn't even go as far as that. I did personally in the summer, and the boys in the back were like, yeah, it's not something you hold on to. And I'm like, all right. Should take my money and run on that front. But guys, let's see what else we got going on too. If you guys are looking at anything in particular in the chat, please point it out. Love to take a look at it. It's kind of quiet right now. We do have some news coming up, and the SPY is just coming off those highs of days. So yeah, we'll keep that in mind. Tesla's still breaking through some support levels, not necessarily the long I mentioned. Juan Padilla said Tesla, and yeah, that's what it is today. So yeah, not having fun with that. I do think it eventually starts to pick up a little steam again, but maybe just not anytime soon. I think a lot of investors and retail are waiting for that earnings report from Tesla, so that's going to be a really important one. PLTR I'm seeing in the chat, NNE was the first one, so we'll talk about there. Wow, okay, so Nano Nuclear continuing to trade higher. This is insane here. Let's see how much percentage we're up. So it's over about 100% here. From peak to trough there, which is really good, 146% from the bottom. So really good look there on Nano Nuclear. Seems to be the way, and I don't want to be chasing it up here. So you definitely have to wait for a pullback if you're going to look to get involved in this. But trading phenomenal. So that's Nano Nuclear. Good look there. Let's take a look at PLTR as well too. Starting to trade significantly higher. So still a little bit off those all-time highs. You know what we're going to do from a percentage metric and just see what we got going on. Still down about 10%, a little less than that. Off those all-time highs is Palantir. We know what Alex Carbon Company are up to, so bullish on this stock for the long term. I do think we see a 1 in front of it, maybe even at some point this year. Waiting for that earnings report, I think it's going to be really, really key moment for a lot of these heavy tech names, especially because the fundamentals are supporting these moves higher. And in order for us to continue to climb higher, we need that market to broaden out and these reports to support that. So Palantir, I like the look, but let's see. Oh no, let's see what Adair's up to, guys.
Let's take a look here at this market in our afternoon happening now. S&P 500 definitely finding, I would say, a little bit of double, maybe triple top resistance here, just below that 608 area. Topping tail candle in the 15-minute, followed by what is, as of right now, a red candle, a little bit of volume. We did just have comments here from Donald Trump as president here at Davos. A couple of things were mentioned here, specifically saying that he would like the EU to fix this regulatory process and stop looking to U.S. companies, specifically Apple, Meta, and Google, so harshly. Bitcoin also on watch. If people were expecting any kind of definitive announcement or mention of crypto, they did not get it. Here's MSTR double topping around that 390 level, currently trying to break 375. Also on watch here, EA, Electronic Arts, has kind of been on watch all day after they're currently down about 18% here, releasing much worse than expected preliminary earnings for the quarter. So lots of tickers to be aware of here, guys. Also day one earnings names for GE, AAPL, and day two earnings moves for Netflix. But with that in mind, please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Check us out on all of our social medias and at TTV Research, which is where I post and make infographics here and fun stocks on, or fun posts on stocks that are moving. So definitely check that out. But in the meantime, we will take time to check out Neil and his lesson of the day.
Hey, we're back with another lesson of the day here. Bit of a hiatus, but we're back on board. And look, I want to start off with sort of saying you can't, and I do this all the time, like you can't only show things that go well in your favor or like plans that are perfectly executed. Because I want to talk a little bit of something about getting run over in a fill, having something going parabolic into the price that you want to trade, and having an execution strategy that allows you to avoid the old headshot. And it's because of EA and the manner in which it traded that you have to be careful with when things like this work. So just to show you, like you can like a concept here of structure, stock, guidance, poor, tank in the aftermarket, continuation, pre-market high at 122, key level on the daily chart, like everything lined up that this was a key area to trade. However, at the open, as you can see here when I zoom in, the way in which this came to the upside right off the bat at 9:30 was explosive. Short sell restricted. Sometimes you get aggressive bounces when that's the case. You certainly got that here. Now, the initial candle did exactly what I was hoping for. Let me put it to, actually, let's leave it at 3. 3 is actually good enough. We had a break of the pre-market high. right into that 122, a rejection of that, so short on the way back down, and then instantly this catches a bid. Now on the 3, you're going to see it's going to end up catching a bid in front of prior resistance and then shooting back in to the upside. Here is where there's no such thing as a free lunch. When I see that parabolic move up on an SSR name, I know that I made the right decision to get out, and I want to look for a re-entry point. Obviously, when we get in on it breaking back down, there's a subject of luck to that. In that if it fail breaks the high, you can try to get short on the way back in. Maybe you get some running you over on the way up, but you try to add to the position on the way back in when it's working. The flip side to that level of patience is not getting the fill when it craters. It just starts flushing faster than your ability back through 122 to get a short position. This is the opportunity cost of that kind of a trade. So you've got to ask yourself as a trader in this situation, am I willing to take a headshot here, taking it going against me and sort of averaging in at the prices that you're able to get? Or do I want to take that patient approach? And this is about your temperament. This is about your risk tolerance. This is about your style of trade. And ultimately, if it's going to trend down, you can probably find some other opportunities to get in. I'm trying to get in off 118 again, or maybe you can work it off VWAP here where I was trying to get in. And that's the, okay, well, you might be up on the stock, but it didn't go perfectly for you scenario. The other side of it is where you can show that type of patience and you do get the opportunity that you want. And so like the example would be the flip side of this is something like Apple, where you adhere to like an execution rule and it works out in your benefit. In this particular case, Apple, again, I like the key level, the 223 area here. It never really tested down. You actually see it break out at 225. Well, I don't take the breakout trade because I was looking to buy at the open. As it's coming back in, there's a level of patience required. Yeah, it ends up holding, pre-market support here at 224, but I'm waiting for confirmation of the move in my strategy. I don't want to be getting in on the way down. I want to be able to get in on the way up. This is a particular case where it gives you a bottoming tail candle, tight rejection. Look at these closing bars, like 224.70 to 224.80 essentially. Like a little tight 20-cent range that this candle closes on the 3-minute, rejecting, giving you a nice little break, scalp into VWAP, hold into the high type move. So it cuts both ways. While being a little bit patient and executing on my terms in EA led to green, but then on one of my top ideas, I don't actually get all the fills that I want. Over here in Apple, it prevented me from getting kind of moked on the way to the downside and waiting for my entry point. And this is the key thing. If you are this style of trader, then you've got to stick to that. If I'm going to miss a couple of opportunities in EA, then I'm going to be patient and catch these ones on Apple. If I'm the one that's sort of averaging in and more aggressive to make sure I get those fills, then I might take a hit on Apple and then absolutely bank it on EA. You've just got to have a consistency to which style of trade you're executing. That's the important thing, because if I'm breaking my entry rule on Apple and then getting kind of washed out on the way down, but then not being aggressive on EA and missing the opportunities, I'm getting the worst of both. So stick to your particular execution strategy, because there's no such thing as a free lunch. Like everything in life and in trading, if you have a little bit less risk tolerance, or not risk tolerance, if you're a little bit more disciplined, if you're a little bit more discerning getting into position, then it's going to save you on some of the bigger hits. You're not going to end up taking them, but it will be at the cost of a little bit of upside. So a consistency within your execution plan is incredibly important. Know what it is that you're looking for. You don't want to be a trader that just jumps from style to style, because the other thing is it's not quantifiable. How can you ever refine your trades and therefore scale up if everything you're doing is ad hoc and on a whim? If you cannot explain and quantify your strategy, you can't track it. You can't know if it's effectively working or not, because everything is a little bit too random. So in order to find what works for you, an execution plan is a part of that strategy. And as I said, not taking the hit on the way down in Apple is the same thing that prevented EA from being much bigger for me. And there's no such thing as a free lunch anywhere, except for here at the office. where you guys have gifted us with some super chats so we can get some free wings. So thank you guys very much for that. That's your lesson of the day. We got to order these wings as well so we can get them to the midday.
Appreciate that, Neil. Very always a sick lesson that just kind of goes without saying there, Joseph.
Yeah.
Neil Roberts, thank you very much. Every day around that noon hour, Neil dropping Neilage, as we call it around these parts, Neil's lesson of the day. All right, Joseph, we're doing a little bit better over here on this SMR. I've got a couple of more outs on this bad boy. I've also weaseled in to HIMX because it's at VWAP, so trying to take that bounce. Sorry, not HIMX, HIMX. The one that I wanted to talk about, SMR, is at VWAP. It's at an interesting area. I've taken out the majority of the position into the high 60s, low 70s there, but it's right back close to my entry at the $0.25. I do have this planned DCA over here, but I don't want to get in if it's going to be the only one of the nuclear names that I'm trading to actually breach and close below VWAP. That's a little bit of a concern. NNE's holding VWAP. You also have OKLO above VWAP. So the fact that SMR breaking down now below the volume weighted average price, coming into that $27 area, is a little bit concerning. So we'll keep tabs on that. I'll keep an eye on HIMX. It's up 19.25% coming into VWAP, looking for that VWAP bounce. I'm waiting now in the high 80s. Over here, it's a tight spread on this one. It's about 1 penny spread. Let's layer some more orders out on this bad boy. I'm going to look in front of that $12 area. We'll throw out that order if it wants to have me. I'd just be more than happy there. Okay, SMR finding a bit of support right now at VWAP, and it's bouncing up back into the $0.50. I'm still waiting here in the high 60s for another print. 60 showing up now on the ask. Good bounce here on SMR, but no continuity. And by that I mean that it's not continuing to put in higher highs and higher lows. I'm looking for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. It's got to show me that the trend is done going to the downside. And here we go back up to the upside. The reason I'm looking for that, even though I'm involved in the position already, is because I want to add. Right, so if we can get that bounce, get that direction again, I can add more size to the trade and, you know, obviously extract some more profitability there. Okay, good look right now for HIMX as it holds VWAP, takes out my order at 90. Now I'm waiting in front of $12. If this one wants to keep going, I'll add to this one as well. But these names have to show me continuity. Otherwise, I will not risk that much because I'm down on the day and I have not traded well today. So we got to make sure we're picking the right trades, keeping the mental sound, because every hit you take, I don't know how you guys feel, but I ain't no robot, right? So when I take a hit, it's like takes away a skosh from the confidence, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and a little bit more, and then you're like, okay, well, I don't got it on the day. Why am I punching in here? So definitely want to get some of the other side of the balance sheet going here, which are wins. So that's what I'm looking for right now, to have that consistency and to pick the trades that are right for me. Joseph, what do you have on your side of the desk?
I don't know what the hawk is talking about, but
who?
The hawk on
keep the analogies on hockey, my guy.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know if I've ever
used. Were you making an analogy?
I don't know if I've ever used any analogy referring to hockey. So I don't know. All right. Anyways, yeah, let's see what we got going on here with some Amazon. Broke through some key support levels. We mentioned this before. Identical price action pattern to the other day. So here we go, 233.84. Break through that. All right, let's see if we can get the continuation to the downside as the Qs are starting to pull back here, guys. So I'm going to stick to this until otherwise. If we break the volume weighted average price to the top side, which we might, and chances are we will, as the tape is extremely strong. So, the ballpark? Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, hockey. I see what you're saying now.
It's a baseball.
Yeah. So you keep the hockey ones going. Yeah. So yeah.
The rink.
We're gonna keep it in there. Rink, yeah. So yeah, we'll keep it in the rink. Gloves off. Gloves off. Yeah, we got a hockey game tonight too. So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, Amazon continuing to break down, guys. I mean, let's talk about orderly price action here for a second, okay? And this just it turns my stomach here, Sharif. As you mentioned, you mentioned it's it takes a little stab at you. Each one is just like a jab over time. Each loss is just like a jab straight to the nose. And sometimes they can get extremely frustrating and do the most damage. But here we are. This is extremely frustrating price action. I haven't been trading it, But again, sitting through this is not pleasant at all. You're not going to have a good time with that. But compare this to the SPY, and this is something more along the lines that you want to be participating in, right? So the SPY, much more orderly here. Don't have to fight it too much. You don't have that up and down, that push and pull effect within the overall market. It's just nice and steady. It took a while for it to break out, about a half an hour or so, but after that, nice clean price action on the breakout and that nice steady volume. As I'm going to point out, as always, it's something that you want to keep your eye on and analyze as much as you possibly can. At times, I tend to forget about it too. But again, when I refer back to it, it's like, okay, why didn't this work? Why did this work? And you look at the volume by time profile, and it'll be able to tell you a lot. So yeah, continue to monitor volume at all times, especially if you're a breakout trader like myself. And if you don't get that volume starting to step in, then you can justify, like, hey, okay, this isn't working. Why isn't it working? Bang, the volume isn't supporting the move higher. So keep that in mind, guys. AMZN starting to pull back a little bit here, so not looking too pretty. If we break the volume weighted average price, as I previously stated, then I'm going to get out of dodge. If we can hold it, then maybe we can break down somewhat, and then we'll hold until about 233s, and then we'll look to take some off about that. Let's talk a little bit about NVIDIA. Sure, why not? As we continue to climb higher, it is dragging the Qs in the SPY with it. I was looking at 146 today, and we breached that somewhat. 146.33 is the high of day, and then we double top there and then continue to sell. So moving to the east here is NVDA, but I am bullish on this thing for the foreseeable future. I think it's one of the best companies on the planet, actually number 2 to be exact. So here we are with NVDA. It's only a matter of time until this thing makes all-time highs.
All right, we took out the break there on HIMX into 12 bucks. It's not forthcoming in the $12 break, but the whole point of this trade was a VWAP hold high or VWAP hold break. So keeping my eye out on that. And also keeping my eye on DWTX because it looks like it's setting up again over here for a breakout, and it's putting in higher lows. So this is interesting here on DWTX. So you had that 750 drop, and now it's coming right back into that area. So we're going to get in a little bit over here, look to scalp out possibly into the low 20s, and then possibly a little bit into the high 30s there. I don't mind adding to this one as long as it's small share size because, well, negative on it on the day. So definitely keep an eye on it. I like the higher low situation over here on DWTX. Good strength. On the day, obviously, it's up about 190%, but it's going to have to put in that rounded bottom kind of, well, it's not a bottom, that rounding kind of shape where it kind of makes this area trough and then starts putting in higher highs and higher lows. Let's see if this one wants to squeeze. It's definitely a squeeze candidate, no question about that, but whether it goes or not, that's an entirely different story. Showing me 20s now. There we go. Squeezing into the high. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. It just took out all my orders. Okay, finally.
Dang,
I was just about to cuss, bro. I'm that angry today. Here we go. Moving to the high side. Good, good, good. There we go. Boom on DWTX. Take it almost at 9s. All right, now I'm going to set at 75. And then above that, I'm going to sit at 92s for that jump into the whole dollar. Good squeeze here on DWTX. There is the 75 print. Here comes the 82 print, or so it seems. Can we get an 82 print? We're showing 80s. Give me the 82. Give me the 82. Let's go, bro.
Let's go, bro.
Give me 82s. Oh, sorry, I'm waiting at 92s. That's why I'm not getting printed. I'm losing it, Joseph.
All right.
That's fine.
That's okay.
All right, finally we get a bit of a dub here. Good move up here on DWTX. Jeez Louise.
Jeez Louise.
That was hard to come by on the day, my man. So we're waiting at 92s next. So now I'm going to wait on the north side of 9. We're going to wait at the lofty area here. And here's the deal. Anything below 8, I'm gone. So we're going to throw the order out there for the break and take or the break and drop of 8. So we're going to go 7 and let's go 96s. Bang! There we took out that level. Okay. Okay. Boom! We took the dollar. There we go on DWT dang X. Oh my God.
Would you get a dollar club there?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, hit the dollar club for me.
I don't deserve the dollar club today. I'm negative on the day, and that's just kind of the way that is.
You know what? It took me a long time to recognize this, and I know you went to school in the UK, but I'm pretty sure that's the theme theme song from Love Island, and that's
Love
why.
Island.
And then it's exactly what I wanted because I love Love Island, and that seems to be the song there.
Bro, that's so funny because you've been asking me about that song.
Yeah,
for
and I'm like, oh wait, yeah. So Selena been watching Love Island All Stars, and then sure enough.
Oh, jeez, Louise, there it is. Okay, DWTX taking out $9. I took it out at the 9 1/4 there. Good look for, or 9 1/3, excuse me, 933 exactly is the out there. 962 HO dang D. Keep an eye out for this one. This is an absolutely. I think this is a really good squeeze candidate. We could easily see over 10 today. It's 230% in the clear. There goes 9 1/3 again, Joseph. And now we're going to take out the high of the day at 962 or low. So it seems. Not quite yet, I guess. Zigging and zagging right now between that 9.5 and 9. So good strength on DWJ. What got me involved in this one, despite the fact that I had been punched in the face multiple times on this one on the day, getting stopped out on dip trades, was that curling effect. It rounded. It showed you that area trough into 7 1/3, and then incrementally put higher highs higher lows, not necessarily higher highs. So I was like, all right, let's take that and then use the 7.5 as our exit. Okay, we're also involved here on SMR. We stopped and taken that bad boy out. Okay, so we just took out the 70s there. So I'm long 25s. Here comes 82. So we're nicely in the money on this one as well. So here's a deal. We're going to wait now in front of the whole dollar. So I'm going to wait at 96s. I perceive there to be initial area of support at 28. If that's the case, then it stands to reason that we get a resistance level there. That's how technical analysis works, or I'm told. I'm kidding, of course. That's the look right there. Once, twice, OB thrice, and then finally we break down below that $28 level over here. And yeah, we bounce, I'm assuming, at the volume weighted average price. So I'm earmarking $28 as resistance, and as such, I'm looking to front run it by putting my order out at 96s. 72s right now, showing up here on SMR, up 8 1/3. This is not like a squeeze candidate. I don't want you guys to think that this is going to move in the same way that DWTX. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but the odds are it doesn't, just based upon the market cap and the float. So here's a detail. Here are the details on New Scale Power, which is SMR. It's a $7 billion company with about 13.75 million shares traded on the day, a 77 million share float. And what's the short float there? This has got a good short float under its wings over here, man. 15.75%. Here comes 75s. Let's see if we can squeeze above that and print me 96s. Okay, I'm seeing DW dang TX take out 10s, Joseph. 10.75 now. HOD. This thing's up 260%. There it goes back into 10 1/4 again, guys. DWTX is on one. I don't know what this thing is on, but it's on some good. Here we go. 10.75 back up again. $11 here, Joseph. 10.96 HOD. DWTX providing you with opportunities on the day if you are a small cap gapper trader. This is definitely the one that you should be watching right now. Flying to the upside, likely to go 300% if it keeps going over here. 10.96, Neil. Not a bad look on DWTX. It's a light one, Neil. Not a big deal. He's joking, of course.
Our good buddy Cabernet, he's a joker. He's a joker.
What happened?
Just read what he had to say.
More inappropriate comments,
it's not as inappropriate, but he's funny.
Why did he change his picture?
Yeah, I don't know.
Big Kyle, I'm going to have to block your account, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
we don't know if it's you.
Take out that picture like that, Big Spile.
We don't know if it's actually you now. That's
I know.
the thing.
Exactly.
Right? So you can't be doing that. Daily question is whose blur would be?
Team
okay, wow, okay.
By the way, I don't like that Naked and Afraid show, but I'm all about survival shows.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Large.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Let's compare.
Let's go.
Dual survival, yes or no?
I don't think I've seen that.
Okay, so it's a sick one. Okay, so there's so many different versions of it.
Yeah,
because they
Dual
kept
Survival?
changing the characters. But the original one, Cody Lundeen and Joe Ted-Eye, as well as that other guy, what's his name, that who faked his military What's his name there? I forget his name
I'm
anyway.
not gonna be able to think
but
of it.
yeah, that was my favorite show. All it was, they throw them in some random area, and they're like,
yeah. And then they have the map, and they have to is that the one where they have to? You know which one I'm talking about though? When they have the map, and then they have to race the other team to the finish line, and it takes a couple days.
The Amazing Race.
No, it's a totally different one. And then they have the guy on horseback who's like hunting them down, so you can't get caught. It's a real sick survival show. No, it's a really good one.
Get the name of that.
And then how about Outlast? Have you seen Outlast?
No.
Oh, no way. So they throw like a group of people into Alaska, and they have essentially nothing. And then these groups have to outlast each other. And then whoever wins, the team gets like $1 million or something like that. Yeah, 500K.
I gotta watch.
Yeah, are you going there? Yeah, Neil's there. Are you signing
like,
up?
yo, I want that 500K.
Outlast
man.
is sick. Yeah, as a kid, I used to do a lot of canoe trips and portaging. I did the Petawawa River. Petawawa River in Ottawa there. So we had some time. I was on
Americans
the river
are not
for.
going to know what portaging is.
No.
Portaging.
Portaging, is that okay? All right. So
They butcher all the French names like foyer.
it's portage, no? Yeah.
portage.
I would say I would
It's a
know.
French name, Neil.
Yeah, portage.
He's pointing at the
So
water.
he's like,
Watermelon over there.
He's not happy. Yeah, all right. Yeah, but yeah, no, I used to do a lot of canoe trips back in the day in camp and be on the water for weeks.
That's sick, bro. You sound like you have more
Okay,
experience
so
than me.
first of all, I'm not a complainer. And by the way, the wings are ordered, and last update is estimated delivery says between 12:30 and 12:40. But you know how those go, especially downtown. But what's up with in my salad?
What is that, Neil?
This is a watermelon. Now it's not a lot of. It's like a single infinitesimally small slice of watermelon in this salad. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like the salad looks delicious. I got like there's tomato in here, cucumber, and obviously some peppers in there, lettuce. Like it's pretty solid, but like come on, son. Come on, son.
Love it, brother.
You got to have a little bit more. That's like one bite, just so you have just enough to make you want more. But we're excited for these wings, everybody. So go get them. Thank you guys so much for the super chat. We'll make sure we bring them over. We got like 6 different flavors. We did get the atomics. We got some hot ones as well. So it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun when they do arrive, and tasty to make up for this tiny piece of watermelon. Go Rigetti.
I love it. Look, I gotta agree with him. If you're giving me a watermelon, I don't want no teas like that.
No, you
right?
need
like
a lot there.
give me something I can deal with here. You know, like what's going on over there?
They had the good mangoes over at Metro, so I've crushed about 7 of those in the past couple of days. I could kill some mangoes. My favorite fruit, that is. So yeah, once I get going on those, it's really hard to stop. Yeah, but yeah, back to just adventure and stuff. Yeah, so I remember one time, Sharif, but we had a massive portage in northern Ontario here, and we were carrying our canoes from point A to point B, and I sat on a log, and then I sat on a hornet's nest, and my whole right side of my leg got littered by black hornets. Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Alive.
Yeah, so I couldn't carry anything any after that. So yeah, it was a good time. But up until then, that is. So yeah, a little bit of trouble.
Okay, I've been trying to get one of my friends to do like a survival thing with me.
Yeah.
And I'm being for real. Like I want to build my own shelter. I want to build a lean-to. I want to build a wiki up. Yeah. I actually want to do this.
That's tough.
Okay, so then, okay, well, Joseph, well,
hey man, let's sign up, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, we got everything we need. I got everything we need to go up into the north. Yeah, everything we need, brother. So we'll go up there and enjoy some northern time. So yeah, good stuff, man.
Hunt,
fish,
set
everything.
Up traps.
Everything. Well, I'm not going that far. But.
Well, I'm gonna like there's YouTube videos how to make like man-made traps, not actual traps like metal traps like trappers use. No, that's not what I mean at all. I mean like legitimately like living off the land for like 2-3 days, whatever that they do. That's how they do it in survival.
Yeah, it's so much harder than you think.
Yeah.
Especially and in the cold. That's the thing with that Outlast show. They do it just at the brink of winter. So yeah, you get really cold, and if you're not eating and your body deteriorates with every day that you're not eating. So you need a lot of food to do that stuff. So yeah, that's fun stuff, guys.
Live stream in the tent says 4-night chill. Hey, bro, we'll do it, man. If Brendel tells us, look, you guys got to record the thing for content, we will do it.
We will,
absolutely.
We will go up there and we will film from Northern Ontario. But
Look at this, man. Big Spile. I love Big Spile when he chimes in. Nothing better than wild caught beaver. Look, I've got to tell you, I've never eaten beaver ever, but I'm down.
I'm sure there's a lot of things better than wild caught beaver. That's for sure. It's too gamey. No, I've never eaten it.
Apparently,
but
the tail is supposed to be.
But yeah,
good.
that stuff is gamey though. You taste like the actual kind of game in it.
Okay.
But yeah, here we go, guys. Let's talk about some RGTI, but let's talk about some Amazon as well too, real quick. We held on to it. Look at that. Look at this VWAP hold right here, Sharif.
Yes,
I said
sir.
if it breaks the volume weighted average price, I'm getting at a dodge on this one. But sure enough, we're starting to break down, and the overall market is pulling back too. NVDA is starting to pull back into the volume weighted average price as well. So I'm going to hold this target to the open of this 5-minute range here. If we can hit 232.70s, that's going to be Ponyboy golden right there. So we're going to hold on to this. It's working out right now. We're going to check out some RGTI for real quick before we send it up to Sharif. But yeah, looking really good. If you can caught the bottom here at 6, and then now you're about 100% gain off the bottom here on this pullback, Sharif, that's looking like over 100% there. So good look there on RGTI and RR as well too. We missed the dip buy on Rich Tech Robotics there, my friend, because we are slowly climbing higher and higher. So nice pullback. If it breaks this high, then man, this thing can continue to start soaring. So there's that. You're punching keys. What do we got going on over there, my brother?
All right, I just got into DWTX, man. It's squeezing, guys, so I had to take out some through that. Good look here for DWTX. Finally getting a couple of decent entries and exits here. It's dancing with 13.55 HOD on DWTX. It's up 375% now. Joseph, it's about to go 400% as it's coming back into that $0.50 again. Wow, this is strong right now on DWT. What are you giggling about, bro?
Bro,
what happened?
No, we're slow to the dance. The chat is going off.
Right.
Yeah, we're a little bit slow, and that's all we can say.
All right. My SMR trade is done, guys. Wow. Okay, I'm going to talk about SMR in a second. DWTX continues to go 13.93 now. HOD. It's about to take out 14s. 14.01 now, the high of the day. It's continuing to go. Okay, I'm not going to keep announcing every high of the day because it just keeps printing out new ones. Good strength right now on this name. It's going to halt at 29s. Let's see if this is a false halt over here. Size showing up. It is a false halt. It goes up to 39s now. I still don't really understand how that works. But in any event, anyway, topping tail into 14.39, down into the $0.75. Can it reclaim and hold above 14? I was wondering the same thing about 13s. But anyway, keep an eye out on this one. Good move right now for DWTX midday. It was a bamboozler earlier on for me. I'm still negative on it, trying to work my way out of this, but good strength right now, finally coming in to these small cap gappers. All right. I'm also in, well, I just got out of SMR. So we're in at the $0.25 on SMR. I got it at VWAP at 27.25. We just took out the last position here at 28. I don't think that dip trade at 27.25 is valid anymore. SES, though, is coming back down below VWAP, and I'm still involved in that bad boy. So we just got stopped out of that, because that one did break VWAP. The only reason I got into SES because it reclaimed the volume weighted average price. So I was trying to use that as my basically my entry reason. So keep tabs on that. LTBR, I'm still involved in that one. Coming in below 9 though, very small size on that. Trying to work my way in because it's putting in higher highs and higher lows. I perceive it to be bouncing off the 10 exponential moving average. So we're going to work into that one right now. Get a bit of a dip trade. This one's a 4-penny spread, so it's not it's not letting me in quite yet over here on my dip trade at 88s, showing me 94s right now on LTBR, up 23%. This one's been consistent in the higher lows and higher highs. I also feel it's been consistent with its respect for the 10 exponential moving average. Does that hold? We'll have to wait and see. I'm still packing my patience on this one. I'd like to get something around here because we're out of the money. So we definitely have to add into this area over here. Right back into 9 we go. Okay, so good entry right now on LTBR. Definitely would have liked 88s a lot better, but we were not going to complain too much about that. Adara's at the big desk.
We're going to look here at Playbook because there actually is a little bit of a pop here. And while we're here, we may as well look at some of these other small caps. I actually yelled this at Sharif because it happened during Neil's listen of the day. Didn't want to interrupt. But PLBY up about 7% here. Basically what happened was it did announce it will be back on shelves starting in February. So very soon you can find PLBY apparently back on shelves. About 1.3 million shares traded on the day, 3% short float. DWTX, which we know Sharif has been talking about here as well. Dogwood Therapeutics. This one actually is a very small float of about 722,000 shares, relative volume of 703. So pretty intense arvo for this ticker here. There's also this MCTR we'll take a look at as well. Actually halted here. Control Group Limited, so beware of this one as well. Only about 3 million shares traded on the day, and a market cap around $100 million, guys, for MCTR. We'll take a look at IWM too while we're here. IWM, nice recovery here off the lows, but running into a little bit of yesterday's resistance areas around that 229 level. Back to you.
Good times, guys. Jay Lee, I tried pulling up DWTX, and for some reason my chain it's not allowing me to. I can't even find anything on that within the options chain. Is there any specific reason? If you do know, please chime in, because I am looking for it. And yeah, as of right now, it's like this is what's pulling up. If we can pull up my screen here. Again, just not allowing me to pull up the chain on DWTX. Jay Lee, Chuckles, it's hard to stay composed after that one. It was funny stuff. But guys, here we are with NVDA starting to pull back here as well through the volume weighted average price. A little bit weak here in the market. We're giving up some of those earlier gains in the session. My Quest trade shows March 21st expiry options, but adjusted. I don't understand. Yeah, that's interesting. I can't even pull the chain up, Jay Lee, so I don't know why that is. But Tesla's absolutely tanking here, guys. Let's take a look at Tesla. TSLA. We have it. Oh, okay. TSLA. Here's Tesla. Really headed to the downside, breaking through some key support levels, punching through that pre-market low, and that volume starting to kick in on those lower time frames and on the 5-minute as well too. So totally justifiable price action. This is what we would classify as a genuine move almost here in Tesla. We have really weak bearish candles with those high volume signatures to the downside. Tesla giving up a lot of its gains here with a high of about just under 480 was the all-time high on Tesla. I believe 434 as of recently. So there's that. Tesla extremely weak, waiting for this thing to continue and hopefully recover at some point. So yeah, the overall market starting to pull back. NVDA weak as well too, guys. Let's take a look at Meta, because the market isn't selling off as quick as kind of NVDA and Tesla are. So Meta holding up relatively strong. Zoom in and see what we got going on from a 5-minute standpoint. Yeah, pulling back as well too. You can see the connection between everything here, how the SPY and some of these big tech names look. All identical price action, so almost mirroring each other at that point. So Meta, and then we'll take a look at Google before we send it back to my guy. And Google pulling back as well too. But the SPY and the Qs are holding up extreme. I have double SPY up here. So there we are with the Qs. Pretty much tracking the rest of these big big tech names. So here we are.
Yeah, this is it right here. I'm just going to show this quickly. Yeah. Like, he has to make an actual fire. Sometimes they give him certain tools, right? So they'll give him like what do they call that? A metal match. I forget what it's called. You guys in the chat.
Oh, the flint. Flint. Yeah.
It's like made of magnesium. It has like a 2,000-degree spark. Sometimes they'll have to make it using a bow drill. Sometimes they'll have to use
do that.
So there's just so many different ways, and each situation is different. They give them different tools. In different contexts, and there's a scenario behind it. So it's like, okay, you were an eco-tourist in, I don't know, the jungles of South America, or you're, I don't know, your plane crashed in northern Ontario, and you got to survive the cold. So you have to do all these different things. You got to build a shelter. You got to get a fire going. So like all these minimum requirements for survival.
So you would love Survival Man then?
Survivor Man is amazing.
He's Canadian. Yeah, he's Canadian.
Yeah,
man.
and you know how hard that is? He's got to shoot it himself.
Do you see what he does when he's shooting those videos? It's like, he's like, he'll walk all the way up there, walk back to the scene, walk back, and then and get everything. So you would love what we used to do. Is something called the Eco Challenge.
Okay.
All right. So it was like two. It was split up into 2 groups. So it worked out to be a 10K run, but on this 10K run through the bush, you had to do a bunch of things. So you had to build the shelter, start a fire, and all these other like activities. Amazing. Yeah, it's such a great experience. And in the meanwhile, you have to complete this run, and your whole team needs to cross the finish line in order for you to run to win. Yeah, really fun stuff. Yeah. Okay. So it's called the Eco Challenge, and really good.
That sounds insane, bro. Yeah. Like that's kind of my thing, man. Yeah. All right, guys, we're keeping an eye here on DWTX. So just to punch in, it takes out 15s, 1560 now, Neil. 430%. I don't know why I'm yelling to Neil over here, but the fact is I need to tell somebody that this thing is moving. 420%, 430% RAM. Now it's continuing to go even more. It's trying to defend 15 or reclaim $15, but it is below it right now. Great move up right now for DWTX. It continues to go. It really is getting away, extended away from that 10 exponential moving average. And that's something that I keep my eye on. It's kind of like an informal gauge of overbought and oversold conditions for these small cap gappers. The 10 exponential right now is hanging out at $11 with the high of the day, obviously 1560. We're trading at 1450. So we are getting a little bit away from that 10 exponential. So I do anticipate that there will be some sort of a retracement down onto this bad boy over here. How deep and where, your guess is good as mine, but we're going to keep an eye out on this one to possibly set up again. DWTX is a dang rocket ship. The Piper, look up Britt Ray Mars, solid survival guy. Absolutely, I'm going to copy your message right now so that I don't forget to do that. Thank you for suggesting that. I'm always down to watch new survival shows, man. I'm all about that life, and every different character or person in these survival shows has their own methodology for survival, and you always learn a whole bunch by watching different individuals do their thing. 21, as Adara would say. So that's the situation right now. Get it, Adara. Guys, it's going to take out $16. Whoo! Good move up right now for DWTX into 1597. Strong name. We're going to try to get in here. If it'll have us at 1550, maybe we can take that 1550 and pop above 16. It is not forthcoming to the downside quite yet. Let's see if this one wants to continue to run. 16 incoming. 16 is about to go. There goes 16. 1649, the high of the day. This thing is on one. I don't know what it's on, but it's on something, and it's really taking it to the high side. We're about to hit 500%. There goes 17, guys. 1729 now. 510%. This is squeezing like crazy. Oh, wow. Talk about getting extended away. No, this is going to halt. It showed it was going to halt for a second. 78's okay. Not going to halt at 78. It's a lot of false halts on this bad boy, I've noticed on the day. This is giving you a lot of opportunities to either make or lose money very quickly. I hope everybody's exercising sound risk management who's trading this right now. Good strength, Joseph, for DWTX.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the options chain on this thing, and it's just not working. Jay Lee keeps asking me to... So, DWTX has adjusted option strike 750 price on March 21st. Please explain. I can't see the special terms of the adjustment. Perhaps there was a split slash revenue split. Yeah, I'm going to be frank with you. I don't even know what's going on with DWTX. Yeah, I have no idea, and I can't even pull up the options chain on it. Someone said that between broker and dealer that they are not allowing anything on the options chain because I can't even pull it up. It's not allowing me to, so it's just saying it's not available. So yeah, Sharif, if you have anything on it, there you go. We're up over 500% on the session, so that definitely has something to do. Yeah, so I can't do anything. Yeah, I can't chime in on it. So. It's now halted. Yeah, there we go. DWTX halted, guys, but we're still in some Amazon short. Let's see what we got going on. Maybe if something pops up, I'll definitely talk about it, Jay Lee, because I know you've been asking. So as of right now, I can't really do anything about that. Talking about something else someone else said, RGTI. Yeah, let's pull back RGTI and see what we got going on with that. Yeah, doing nothing, trailing the overall market. Nothing outlying here on RGTI. We know how in play it was for the past month or so. So not really doing anything right now, and it can't be in play all the time. So just keep that in mind. Let's see what else everybody else is looking at. Mara, yeah, let's take a look at some of these Bitcoin miners, especially with some potential news coming up here. Mara, let's see what Mara is up to on the session. And I have a general idea of what it is up to, and it's probably not too much here, guys. Here's the 5-minute. Really nice breakout here, though, Sharif. On Mara, trading as low as 1907, so we'll call it 19 flat here, all the way up to 2085. So there we go. Here is Mara. Let's take a look from the daily and zoom out what we got going on, and still within that range. So until we get out of this range, I wouldn't even be looking to participate in this thing unless something really, really gets this stock going. The break of these highs is when again, and that could be even too late. But again, if we run into new price discovery, then here enough, we're going to have to punch through these levels. And then sure enough, that's where I'll look to participate in it. But as of right now, I'd rather play spot itself and IBIT than some of these miners because they're just chopping around and somewhat of a choppy mess there.
Absolutely. We're still waiting here. DWTX halted at $18.25. I saw one that just made its way onto my scanner. A big mover as well. MCTR up 75%. Ugly topping tail candle into 844. What I perceive to be support at 7 1/4. There's a couple of reasons for that. Look at that pre-market high really early on light volume at around 4 a.m. But this is what I'm looking at here. These prints at 740 and 755, they all worked up to 7 1/4, which basically shadows the look earlier at 4 a.m. So I'd love something around 7 1/4 on a dip. Now maybe 7 1/3. We might not get 7 1/4 quite yet. But MCTR, guys, big mover up on the day. What is this company? I don't have no information on this company at all. Okay, I only have the shares. I don't even have market cap. I don't have the float. I have nothing. MCTR, what is this? Control Group Limited. Yeah, Trade Ideas doesn't have any information on it either. Yeah, so we'll trade this one carefully here if we trade it at all because this one's looking like a bit of a bamboozler here with that 7 1/2 dip. Let's load it up on a trading screen and see what the spread is like and what everything else looks like over there. HIMX, I'm going to keep that bad boy on. We'll take off SMR. So we'll put MCTR, which trades on the NASDAQ. So it's widespread, about 40 pennies right now. Yes, I know there. Here it goes, back into 8. Okay, so this is squeezing right now. The high of the day is 844. It defended 7 1/4 like a dang T. So good look right now on this name. Adara is at the big desk.
I have another small cap gapper for you, Sharif. It's a little bit of a different type of mover, but I did see it creeping up here on the volume scanner, and I think this chart set up as a great look here on the 15-minute. Vigil Neuroscience, VIGL, coming here into previous resistance at that $2.50 level with some higher lows. Basically here this morning announcing that their candidate for Alzheimer's treatment is apparently showing an encouraging safety profile. They're going to be starting a mid-stage study on this by Q3. So VIGL making some apparently progress with his Alzheimer's treatment. 21 million share float, 3.6% short float, relative volume of 350. So VIGL may be one to add to the side chart. We'll have to see if it can get it at this 250. Back to the Bash Brothers.
I appreciate that, Adara. Thank you for calling that out. Small cap gapper. All right, we're nicely in the money. We're 40 pennies in the money here on MCTR. Let's see if this one wants to take out the highs. I'm seeing a whole bunch of resistance at 70. I'm waiting in front of 9. So we're long 830s. It's showing me 72s, 77s now on the ask. Let's see if it can continue above there. It's having a whole bunch of trouble breaking above that level. The spread is opening up, which is quite dangerous, showing me 70s and then 40s for a second there. Again, moving into 70s and unable to take out that level. There is obviously a seller in the low 70s. Let's see if we can continue to trend in that direction and take them out. No. So that seller too big to basically take out at this level right now. 97% in Greensville, or 99% now in green or up on the day is MCTR back into the 70s. Now, here's the deal. Every time we get into the 70s, we're a penny lower than we were last time. That means that aggressive seller is moving down incrementally, 1 penny at a time, or so it seems, to prevent us from rising. Let's see if a bigger buyer can step in, move them out of the way, because we're unable to. Obviously, we are a market observer, not a market mover. So we're going to keep an eye out on this one. I want to see if this one can run above that 71 penny area. 71 is the high of the day, and it's having a whole bunch of trouble taking out 71s right now, Joseph. So keeping my eye on this one.
Hey, good luck there, my friend. Guys, we got the Playmaker poll up as well, too. We don't want to forget that. 781 votes, doing a good job so far, but we only got 13 minutes. Let's get that up to that 1K benchmark that we like on the Playmaker poll. Let's pull out some iBid. People are talking about Bitcoin and some of the other meme coins really starting to trade higher. Sure enough, here we are holding the volume-weighted average price almost to a T, now climbing higher. Are we going to go and test that high of day? As of right now, it looks like it's going to be the case. Do we have some news at 2:30 regarding the crypto space? Possibly. Let's see how the overall market reacts to this. Adara's got some news for us, so let's see what she's up to.
Actually, we're just going to take a moment here. Speaking of crypto, to thank Hive Digital Technologies. Hive Digital Technologies, which trades on the NASDAQ as HIVE, is pioneering the digital transformation to sustainable AI solutions in Bitcoin mining. A global leader in cutting-edge data center operations with over 2,700 Bitcoin on their balance sheet, Hive consistently tops the industry in Bitcoin mined per exahash and is redefining the future by powering the world's most transformative technologies with efficient, green, and clean energy. Learn more by following them at Hive Digital Tech or at hivedigitaltech.com and sign up for the Hive newsletter for updates. Back to you.
Thank you very much for that, Adara.
Yeah, someone in the chat asked a good question here. So Ezekiel Lepra, Joe, do big boys target individual retail accounts? I have been on a long losing streak. Whether I am short, long, I lose even if I am neutral. Help. So there we go. This is where that playbook, go back and watch the lesson, refine what we have going on for your trading. If you're on a losing streak, mitigate that risk, scale down in risk, all right? So you don't want to be pushing heavier when you are on a losing streak. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that, Ezekiel, but man, do we ever, where are these going? Straight to the bicep, guys. So yeah, it's a lot of wings, a lot of protein for the boys, for the gym session and hockey tonight. Thank you. Whoa. Okay. She
I like where it says bag secured.
Yeah, bag secured. Look, yeah, bag secured. Because here we are with the boys. We got it. The protein is in. We got what we need. Thank you to all those people who sent the super chat in the wings. You sent us this. We're gonna bring it, and there's a lot in here. This bag isn't. It's actually not too light. Yeah, it's exactly so. We can eat a wing, do a curl with the other bag, and there we go. So we're killing two birds with one stone on that one. Are we doing a taste test here, or
I don't know.
All right. Yeah, because once it's like a chip, right? Because once you have one, you always have to have another one. So
there you go.
So maybe we'll hold off. But here we go. Thank you guys for the super chat.
Get it.
Where flavor gets its wings. Bang. Here we are. Wingstop.
Bang.
This is my first time.
Baby.
This is my first time having Wingstop, eh?
What?
Yeah.
For real? There's one by my house now. It was where Popeyes. Popeyes shut down.
Popeyes shut down.
Opened up.
Oh, well.
Guys, MCTR, we're about 50 pennies in the money on this one. It's continuing to run. I just got back in at 770 after getting stopped out. I'm waiting now at 45s. It's showing me 40s. Come on, bro. Boom. There it is. We take it out there. Still negative on the day, but we're trying to do the best we can over here. So, guys, couple of things. DWTX is halted to the upside. It's up 732%. It's halted at $23.30. MCTR is up 105%. So now we're getting the small cap gappers really chiming in. It's got 888s, HOD. There's a seller at 89 right now. Let's see if it halts here. Showing me a lot of red on 888s right now. Let's see if this bad boy halts. We've had a lot of false halts on the day. The Katina man wants to
get these. No, you honestly. Yeah, no. Honestly, you have to get that out of here. I'm like salivating with these things sitting beside me. That's not fair. I can't. Yeah, that's
it's the smell,
it's the smell. It's not easy.
Guys, we're zigging and zagging here with 89s and 88s. It keeps showing me like it's gonna halt. but the halt parameter not triggering right now. It's moving up to 88 and then 89 on the ask. Looks like it won't halt at this level. Back down into $0.50 we go. MCTR, I have no information on this. I don't know what the float is. I don't know what the market cap is. I only can tell you what it's traded on the day in terms of volume. It's about 4.8 million shares so far. Here we go with 88s again. This is the level we were rejecting last time, 88 and 89. I've seen nothing higher on the ask on the day, at least for now. 88s and 89s. Let's continue to watch that. Still rejecting that 88s. There's somebody selling up a storm here at 88s, man. And they're very, very large because we're unable to move up above it. But it's not posted, obviously, on the level 2. It's an iceberg order, a hidden seller, in other words. Great move up right now on MCTR. Let's keep an eye out on this one, Joseph. The small cap gappers are they're in vogue right now, man. That's just the way it is. Again, 88s, again rejecting. Wow.
All right, yeah, but I don't know about you, man, but I'm struggling over here now. I have food. Yeah, you don't want that. Don't leave food around me. That's for sure. Yeah, Selena has to hide her snacks because they will be gone very quickly. But yeah, here we are, guys, still holding on to this Amazon position. Let's see if we can break down a little bit more. If we come any more past our break even, we're going to get out of this and then reassess the situation. We do have IBIT absolutely soaring to the top side here.
Top side?
Yeah, top side. Looking like it might go and test these highs of days. So enjoying this one. Really, really, really want Bitcoin to break out here. We do have this consolidation phase here, guys. So let's keep that in mind. If we break and sit on top of this range, I do think that we're going to break out this all-time high print that we have around 109K and then continue to move to the northeast there, guys. So again, if we break that range, I'm going to say it one more time. I think we go into the teens and that's it. Let's move on to something else and see what the overall market is doing. So now, what a massive recovery here on the Qs, guys. Looking really good from an intraday standpoint. Still slightly red on the session just due to the gap down. But here we are. Trading higher. Are we going to go and test these highs of days? It all depends, guys. We still need 130 votes to get that 1K, and then we're going to document our 30th, I think, the benchmark 30th playmaker poll. Those are all going to be gone by the time.
Yeah, bro. Those lemon peppers.
Guys, they're all going to be gone.
Hungry.
Yeah, starving, absolutely starving. Those are all going to be gone by the time that we get there. So, all right, I appreciate it. Eat them. I'm only joking. What do you got there?
Good. Hey, the
where's that?
man just got back from the gym.
20 minutes on the elliptical.
That's all right. So would you do some dips? You said it looked like you were doing the dip motion there.
Well, he was.
Okay. Well, you went like this after. Okay. Some flies. Some flies. All right. Nice.
Chest. Okay.
Yeah, you know when I like this.
Oh yeah, bros. Some rows. Let's go. Bang.
Bro, those are all excellent, man.
And then
Yeah, it's all right. Hey, it does. No, it absolutely does matter, though. I like to. Yeah. What do you mean it doesn't matter? So yeah, dude, Junior, I'm not playing, man. Yeah. See, now they go over to Neil. He's killing it there.
Neil can't be trusted with those wings up there. Neil's already eating. Bro.
He's already into the lemon peppers. Yeah.
He's already knee deep in those wings.
Sharif is the wing police right now. We have to be. Hey, we can't do anything, so we got to monitor these guys to make sure that they're not eating all the good wings because it's dangerous. You don't want to mess with it. Yeah, you don't want to mess with us when it comes to these wings and the protein, man.
I'm a hungry man.
Yeah, hungry man. So what do you got going on?
Guys, DWTX open. It is headed to the downside, at least for now. 2246 high of the day. Oh, I misspoke. 2572. It's up 806%,
Wow.
Katina, man. I don't know what's going on over here, but this thing is going 850% now. 2680, the high of the day. This is one hell of a squeeze. Here we go to 900%. We're awfully close. There's 900%, Joseph.
Wow.
We're about to hit 1,000% on this. You know what? So
Wow.
what a move up on this name. Unreal. Good strength right now on DWTX. MCTR still halted to the upside, guys. We're going to keep an eye out on that. We're going to spin the money for Tyrone Hamilton. It looks like he's printing up several storms. I'm assuming you're trading DWTX, my friend, because this one is absolutely in vogue right now. Keep your eye on it. It could be $2, $3 in the money within seconds. Here we go with the high of the day again. We're at $0.75. There is a seller at 75, unable to take him out. We take him out. Oh, no. No, that was 27. My mistake. 28.75 is where the seller is, dropping $2. Quick as you like. That's what I mean. You could be $2 and $3 in or out of the money within a quick second. Keep your eye out on this one, guys. Very strong name, very volatile, very directional. Likely big short squeeze right now. I should give you guys the details on it again as I have it. The float on this bad boy is about 26 million shares. So that's not really that small. It's small, but it's not that small. So my assumption is that this is likely a short squeeze. Somebody with a large position short is really getting taken out. But here we're about $4 off, $5 off now, the high of the day. And it looks like we might hold to the downside over here as we drop aggressively into 22.5. Lots of volatility. We're going to give up 22. Oh, baby, this is dropping $8 just like that. It's going to halt right to the downside right now at 74. 20.74 I'm talking about right now. If we continue within the halt parameter, it's got to be this way for 10 seconds. Sometimes we get a false halt though, right? We get into that level and then it markedly changes because someone comes in with a big buy or sell order and then it shoots up again. No, now we are halted to the downside officially. 20.74, the halt level right now. The high of the day, 28.75. And this is the ugly result of what could happen if you get caught with this. Sorry, give me a second over here. I'm trying to get my other screen. It's not complying. That's why. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I just want to show you this topping tail candle. There we go. That we have here on it. Yeah, this is what could happen. I mean, if you don't exercise sound risk management skills, because if you're in this and you're looking for that $29 break, and then all of a sudden 2 seconds later, it's at $20. Yeah. So that's what could happen. It was almost up 1,000%. Now it's back down to 640. That's the kind of volatility you can get with these bad boys. Keep your eye out. And I want to let you know that I'm back in to LTBR. Let's see, did we get a print? Yeah, we got a print. So we're back in at $9 because it did curl up. It did curl off the 20 exponential moving average and then retook that, what's it called? That $9 level again. Now I'm waiting at 15s. Let's see if we can get the print at 15s. And then I'm going to wait in the higher or the mid, what's it called? Mid 920s. Sorry, guys. Just losing my thinking here. Adara's at the big desk.
We're going to take a look here at crypto. This is going to be our crypto segment because there's been so much happening with crypto today. In case you missed it, right after the open, we had a nice little pump up here in BTC. It's kind of around this time of day. Basically, what happened here was Senator Cynthia Lummis of Wyoming posted a tweet saying big things are coming, but the B was actually not a B. It was the Bitcoin symbol B with little ticks. Anyways, then basically tweeting saying get ready for 10 a.m. Then she actually deleted the big things are coming tweet, so deleted the implications of crypto. Basically what happened is people found out that at 10 a.m., as she alluded to, there was going to be a vote as to whether or not Cynthia Lummis, who is very pro-Bitcoin and is viewed as very bullish for Bitcoin, was actually voted as to whether or not she was going to be the head of the Digital Asset Subcommittee on the Senate. It is unclear what the results of that vote were. We haven't heard anything else, but interesting note here, keep an eye on Cynthia Lummis's Twitter activity with regards to Bitcoin. Then the other thing here for Bitcoin that was in watch were comments from President Donald Trump here at Davos. He did apparently mention crypto during the speech, but he didn't actually say anything with regards to his crypto policies. So that was, I guess, a little bit of a disappointment. But people are keeping an eye out here for 2:30 p.m. There are some reports that Donald Trump will be signing an executive order at 2:30 p.m. I guess what this order is about has been undisclosed. People are hoping that it will be a Bitcoin executive order, but with every executive order that is not Bitcoin related, some of this enthusiasm does seem to dampen. So we'll have to find out here 4 days into Donald Trump's presidency. Will a Bitcoin related executive order finally get signed? Either way here, we do have some clear rejection of that 107 area here on the 15-minute chart. We rejected it first going back to Monday after the inauguration with some lower highs off the new all-time high, then rejecting it again here on Tuesday, once again on Thursday. Can we finally break that 107,000 level? We'll have to wait and find out. Back to you.
Perfect. Thank you for that, Adara. So 2:30 going to be a possibly big news event, or maybe just be a nothing burger there, guys. But here we go. SPY climbing higher. Seems to be the narrative of the session. Buy any dip on this thing because it is about to tap into those all-time highs here, guys. So yeah, and Bitcoin also, IBIT here, starting to climb slightly higher. So continue to monitor those. NVDA bouncing off of the volume-weighted average price, and Tesla's still kind of lagging its peers. Oh, well, not kind of. It is lagging its peers. Here we are in Tesla. just not in play right now. We need that volatility to step it back into this thing and then continue to the top side. Let's zoom out and see what we got going on from a daily perspective. So here we go. Am I going to classify this as a failed new high? Not just yet. Maybe this is a pullback. That volume is starting to fall off this cliff here. So those volume signatures dwindling day by day. That can be classified as a healthy pullback. So we'll continue to monitor what's going on with Tesla because we will know when it decides that it wants to turn around in price. You'll see that volume step in, and sure enough, we can go and possibly test this 490, 489, 490 level. And I think it's only a matter of time until Tesla hits all-time highs, but let's go take a look at what we got going on for earnings season. Our earnings tonight, we have TXN right at 4 p.m. sharp there, guys, and then nothing else overly crazy. Intuitive Surgical, ISRG at 4:05, CSX at 4 o'clock as well too. So not too bad. TXN we'll keep an eye on and see what happens with that one because I think that one's going to be important as well too for the semi space. And then bright and early in the morning, we have Verizon, American Express, and yeah, that's all I'll be looking at, VZ and AXP for tomorrow morning. And then let's see, tomorrow's Friday. So yeah, tomorrow, Friday, usually don't get anything after the bell on Fridays unless it's really bad news. And I forget which company reported after the bell on Friday not too long. I think it was a quarter or two ago, and yeah, it was just horrendous news. So they try to swindle that in and sneak in that bad news when no one's really paying attention on a Friday evening.
Yeah, that's kind of their modus operandi. Interesting. All right, here we go. Keeping an eye, guys, on DWTX. I think is open. It's going to halt to the upside. No, so it's back up. It's off the halt level low, which was 20 and change. It's at 21 and change right now. Let's keep an eye on this one. It's defending $20, not all that badly at this level. So I'll have to keep an eye out on that one. But I want to talk about SMR. Here it is. Okay, they're nice trade. So I got into SMR over here. How many shares do I have? I don't want to take out too many. All right, so decent move here on SMR. We're about 30 pennies in the money, give or take. I got into SMR here. One reason only. It was at the volume weighted average price. It had defended that level before, so I just wanted to put the odds on my side. Took a couple of prints already on this bad boy. Got in, I think, 46s. Took a print at 77s. Now I'm waiting at 82s. I'd like to see if this one can take out 28. So we kind of got a rounded top last time at 28. So we did breach it. I don't want to say decisively. We did breach it technically, but we weren't really able to stay above 28. I'm talking about SMR and the $28 level, which has acted as both resistance and support. So initially, $28 was support. Looked really good over here. You could have bounced off 28 multiple times and taken multiple prints off that level. But then it all hell broke loose. It broke below $28, and then it started using 28 as resistance. Go, baby. There we go. We take up that level. Now we're going to wait at 92s. We're long at 46. Let's see if we can print up into that 92 area. I just saw 90s show up on the ask here on SMR. Not a bad move off VWAP. Give you 50 pennies quick as you like. Let's see if there's continuity, though. I mean, because I just finished talking about how $28 was an area of resistance. So we're awfully close to that level, about 15 pennies away. So that's why I'm de-risking here in the low 90s, or at least I'm trying to, if it can work it up into that level. So 85s right now showing up on the ask, about 50 or about 100 lots from what we can see, likely a lot more as an iceberg hidden order, okay? So we'll keep tabs on SMR at this level. I'm also involved in LTBR. It's gonna have to hold up above that $0.75 level, otherwise we're gone. I do like how it's holding the 20 exponential moving average on the 5-minute chart, but it's not breaking above that $9 area. Or it's having a whole lot of trouble breaking above that $9 area. Let's go back to some of these other big boy movers. I'm talking about MCTR. It's now open again, unhalted after dropping below $8, back into 8 1/3. This is a big winner, guys. It's up 89%. It's not DWTX big in the sense that it's not up 733%, but yeah, we'll definitely look to execute on that if it is appropriate. But I want to mention DWTX as well. Even though it's got this ugly topping tail candle over here, it looks very bull flaggish on the 5. And that might sound crazy. You're like, Sharif, bull flag, it's up 750%. How many moves up do you want? Well, it's not even touching the 10 exponential, which is at 19 bucks. It's not even working its way down there. So this looks to me like a big move up. Then we get a sideways consolidation. and then possibly move up again. This could be the first, I think, quadruple digit winner of the year. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I think we're 23 days deep into the year and we haven't had 1,000% winner yet. Not that I recall. I don't think, and I've been trading these small cap gappers almost every day, so I think I would remember.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh, this year?
Quadruple?
No.
Yeah,
But last year I remember 1,000. Yeah, I remember late last year.
Yeah,
you had
100% we
one,
have. With that in mind, yeah. So that's the look right there. Involved in SMR, involved in LTBR. Here comes SMR again, possibly into my 92 penny area. 89's now showing up on the ask. Okay, 91's now on the ask. It's gonna have to cross by a couple of pennies, and there it is. We get printed. Good move up here on SMR. Only have one more out, so I'm gonna wait to see if this one can take out 28 decisively. And my move here will be, since 28 has featured as both support and resistance on the day, if we take 28 decisively, I'm going to add into this position. All right, and this is not decisively. Like this example over here where we got above 28 for a second, then drop below, that is not what I mean when I mean decisively. It's gonna have to go up and stay above there. If it requires another 5-minute candle, we'll make a new high above 28, so be it, but I'm not gonna try to guess the situation with SMR like I did earlier. All right, let's go back now to MCTR. I think it's halted to the upside. MCTR halted to the upside, officially a triple-digit winner now, up 107%. What a move up off that $8 area here on MCTR. Good luck. Nothing to complain about there for this one. We're going to keep an eye to see if he can squeeze as aggressively as DWTX did. DWTX, by the way, looking like it's got support here at the $20 area. So I just finished saying this looks like a bull flag. And what the situation is, the low end of the range seems to be about 20, with the high end of the range about 23, maybe 23 and a half, give or take. So you get some rejections off 23, you get some bounces off 20s. Let's see what it does. If it wants to give us a big boy move up, then, you know, maybe we'll weasel in. Joseph, what do you got?
Weasel in, yeah, I like that. We got the new poll up as well, too, guys.
Nice.
So make sure to put that in for the afternoon rundown. Sharif, take a look at the position board there, my guy.
What's it doing? Your boy is inspired. There it is.
Let's go. There we go.
Bad.
No, it's all good. No, you got to go wash him. That's all right. So we'll deal with that there. Here we are sitting in the SPY. Let's pull it up here on our charts, guys. So we're up only about 0.2%, 0.2%, and that's about what we're off the all-time highs here, guys. So only about 0.2%. 0.2% off the all-time highs is the SPY. So continue to monitor. Can we push through? I think so. We don't have any earnings really after the bell that's going to give it that push to those numbers. But again, next week it's going to be a big week, and I do think that we climb higher and higher in the overall market. So especially if the fundamentals support that move, then we're going to see that. But guys, let's take a look at Apple. I was talking to Sharif about Apple this morning, and we gapped down and put in a nice hammer doji right here, guys, on Apple, down over 13% off the all-time highs as well, too, so about 15% from peak to trough there on Apple. So tough look here. I think the earnings report, as well as we were just talking about, is going to be really, really big for this company. When they do, which is in a week or two or so. I believe next Thursday is when they report. So we really have to monitor this. We're down quite a bit, so that's a hefty pullback. That's correction territory here in Apple. So let's see if we're going to get some tailwinds for this company and how the iPhone is doing. I think that's really important for this company to continue to climb higher. Other than that, a little bit of a tough look here in Apple, Sharif.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, tell me about it, baby. Okay, so I'm keeping my eye out on SMR as well as LTBR, but I'm back into DWTX over here. I just took where am I long? I'm long at the 48 pennies. I just took some out at 37, so we took almost $1 there. Still holding a position over here. Let's see if it can work its way back above 19. Having trouble with 19. Okay, here we go. D's. There we go. We get another print. Let's see if we can move up again. And now I'm waiting at $20. So we're long 1840. Here comes 1975. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Take out 20, baby. Bang! Taking out 20, Joseph.
Letting all the heat out back there.
What's that?
Ram,
put those things down, bro.
Letting all the heat out.
Ram's trying to take the wins.
They're letting all the heat out on them, man. Come on, we're watching them. We're monitoring. We got our eyes back there.
Over there.
That's for
Joseph,
sure, man.
Trust it. I've been telling you guys for a long time. Nobody listens to me. Right? Stop telling her, Adara. All right, so here we go.
Getting narked on, man.
Adara always sides with Ram. I don't get it.
It's all right.
It's fine. Everything's fine. All right, guys. SMR is above $20 now. $28, excuse me. It's going into that $0.25. We're long 27.5. Good look from SMR. I said I'd add if it decisively held above 28. So I'm watching now. Can we get a 5-minute candle closing above 28? If we can, I will add at 28. Good look right now for SMR as it works its way back above 28. Again, 28 is an important level for me because I perceive it to be support and resistance on the day. If we can reclaim it after acting as a resistance, I think possibly be able to use that as my backstop. MCTR open, Joseph, and it's now up 134%. This is taking out highs as we speak. 1040 now showing up on the ask. There's a whole bunch going on. My goodness, what a day on these here markets, man. I got to take some profits right now on LTBR. We're long 901s. Finally, it comes back in to this area, and I'm going to hold off here. I'm going to let this one cook because I think I might have a good move here with LTBR. Taking out 17s. Okay, so we got the print there. It's going to have to take out the $0.25 next. Sorry, guys, to jump from one stock to the other. I do apologize, but I'm having to manage all these ones at the same time. Back to MCTR. It's going to halt. It is now officially halted to the upside at $10.74. The theoretical auction price showing up as $11. So buyer exuberance right now, 26 pennies, above the halt level. This one is now up a light 148%. Good look for all these names right now. Small cap gapper world in full effect today. You have 2 triple-digit winners. And, until about I think 10 minutes ago, we thought we might have our first quadruple-digit winner of the year. That it goes by the ticker DWTX. Down now, though, up to 630%, trying to hold above that $20 area. What I see, though, is lower highs. So what I see is area trough into 28 and almost 28 and 4/5, and then area trough into 25. These are crests. Area crest into 28, area crest into 25, and then area crest into 22. Let's see if we can break that lower high pattern by printing something above that 23.5. That's where the previous 5-minute candle tops out. The high of that candle, $23.5. So we'll keep tabs on that. Okay, SMR is really going here and holding above the $28 level decisively. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add here. So let's go. Let me see if I can add at 15s, if I can get a bit of a dip trade there and get a bit of a better price. It's a bit of a spready one. 15s now on the bid, Joseph. Let's see if it can cross down, give me that print, and then maybe we can take something to the high side. We get the print. Good. All right, so now we have obviously a much higher cost basis than we did previously. So we're going to have to see what the situation is with this one, but I don't want anything lower than that $28 area, again, because that is the area of support and resistance that I'm earmarking, come what may. Joseph, what do you got?
Hey, good look. Hey, we're putting our money where our mouth is right now, Sharif. We're just a couple shares, guys. Nothing crazy here in the SPY. We're talking about taking it, so here we are. You can see our entry price slowly climbing higher. Yeah, let's see how far we are. We might just touch all-time highs here on the SPY here, Sharif. Let's take a zoom out and see what we got going on. Nah, not just yet. Almost, though, guys. Almost. So all-time high, 608.99. We'll call it 609 flat just for fun. But, yeah. Beautiful day. Look at all these gap ups. I don't know how good this is for price action. This almost looks like a Chinese ADR right here with all these gap ups in between each session. So slightly alarming on that front. We got to continue to monitor that. But again, earnings season can climb the market higher. NVDA dragging the market up with it as well too. So good luck here on that front. Especially when these big names are moving, we mentioned this time and time again, they're going to drag the market up with it. But one thing that we need is we need the market to broaden out a little bit too. So yeah, there that is, guys. Let us know what you're looking at. MCTR still going parabolic. Sharif's been trading that on the session. RR moving up quietly as well too, as people mentioned. We'll take another look at Rich Tech Robotics and see what we got going on that front. Trading around $3.52 right now as the ask is hitting just above that. Nice climb higher, and higher is Rich Tech. I mean, I was talking to Sharif about this the other day. Would have been nice to get in on this a little bit lower. I don't want to chase it or anything along those lines. It is something that I'm not familiar. It's totally speculative at that point. But you can have a little fun with that. So here we go, starting to run into those highs of days, up about 9% on the session. So liking that look there. Amazon really recovering as well too, guys. We got out of that position. So here we are, Amazon 233.68. Now just running into the volume weighted average price as the Qs go and test the high of day as well. So yeah, market really picking up its steam right now, Sharif. So this is what we want. We need that volatility up and down, it may be, but when we find that definitive direction, there's definitely opportunities to be had. So yeah, guys, so why the low volatility? Let's take a look at the VIX. That's a great question. Oops. Oh, we don't want that. We don't want to pull up the chain, gang.
Oh, I'm so hungry. I can smell.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah. A lot of time, a lot of time left. So here we go, guys. As we climb higher, you can see the inverse correlation on the VIX to the overall market. So volatility down, so I stand corrected there. But yeah, good look there on the VIX. Now it just did a nice little pop uptick there on it. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. Let's take a look at some of the top performing sectors this far. Gonna pull that up for you guys in a brief second. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, okay, that's surprising. Industrials leading the way, it seems to be the case, Sharif, up about 1.4% on the session. Utilities in second place, up about 1 1/10, and then healthcare just under 1%. Let's take a look from third last to last. Consumer staples down are up just about 0.04%. Communication services 0.02%, and then the tech sector is still slightly red on the day. So yeah, you can Tesla red, and I think NVDA is still red, but starting to run into the positive territory. Let's see if I'm right here. So yeah, we're still red about 0.8% here. I think if we break the high of day, we're going to get into that positive territory, and then we can continue to climb higher. 146 was my primary target on NVDA for the session, but we've now exceeded that. So good look there. I think NVIDIA continues to climb higher.
MCTR halted to the upside again, guys, here, 1148. The halt, the tap, the theoretical auction price showing 12. So aggressive moves here for MCTR as it tries to take over from DWTX as the most parabolic mover. Good look right now on this name, up 165%. Oh, dang it, I missed it. Okay, so I got in once SMR broke 28, I added again. We scalped up through that $0.50, so almost took $1 from bottom to top. But now I said to myself, if this got above the $0.50, I'd be adding. I look away for 1 second, it's 20 pennies higher. I didn't anticipate this one moving like this, but SMR is on one right now, guys. What a double bottom off the volume weighted average price. And I had both entries into there. Am I positive on this? Can please tell me I am. Thank God. I couldn't have had this many entries and been negative on it. Because this was tough over here for me. This got me negative on it. So let's see the situation. I'm going to add. I'm punching in over here on SMR. Let's see if it'll give me the dip. I'm trying to wait in the mid 60s. It's showing me 70s. There we go. We got the dip. Okay. So let's hang out right now in the $0.75 area, and then let's see if this one wants to move up. I likely wouldn't add if it drops below the $0.50. I don't want to give it back on this name, but it does have some good strength right now into that $29 area. That's where I'd like to de-risk the majority of the position. If we can get something into 29s, I'd like to take out a lot there, just knowing that it's the whole dollar. The whole dollar has a way of acting as resistance. Here comes, let me see if it moves up into that $0.75. It just was there, but it was unable to take out those levels. There we go. Now it's taking it out. Happy that I added. Now we're waiting at 82s. It's showing me 80s now on the ask. Let's go ahead and wait in front of that whole dollar to see if we can catch the squeeze. SMR, Katina, man, what name I know you're involved in. It is moving to the upside, sir. Let's see if it can cross 82s. It just showed me 82s on the ask. It's got to cross on the bid, so we can't get filled quite yet. I don't know why this 82 is acting as like a level of resistance, kind of a random area. It's a random area I chose on purpose so that it wouldn't be resistance, but it's acting as one right now, so we're going to have to take it easy here, Joseph, and see if this bad boy wants to curl up. There it is. All right, we take out some. So 3 additions into SMR on the way up. This one is doing well. It's holding technical levels well. Not too bad. Get it, Katina, man. We're going to keep an eye out on this one, and we'll see if we can get maybe something above 29. Here comes high 80s again. Let's see if this one can cross 29. So I'm going to pack my patience on this one. We're still involved in another trade. It's LTBR. It's not really breaking above that 9.25 with all that much vigor. So I am a little bit concerned about this one. LTBR is the one that I'm talking about. Oh, there it is. Now it's breaking up. Just as I say that, it broke up. Okay, let's see if this one wants to squeeze. I'm waiting at the $0.25, bruh. You better have me over here. We're going to take it up. We're going to take one there. We're going to cancel that order. And now we're going to move it up. Okay, so now we're going to move it up since we took it 1 penny below the high. So I'm happy with how these trades are executing right now. Let's go back to SMR. See if we got the fill to the high side. Not yet. There. Oh. All right. We're showing now 92s on the ask, and I think I am waiting around there. I'm waiting around 95. So this one looks like it will squeeze likely into that whole dollar or very close. And bang, Joseph. We take it on for the whole dollar. Multiple adds, and I never add. And I was telling you that this morning because you were adding into your position this morning. I'm like, you animal.
I
look at you adding. You were telling me about waiters and like what you were talking about and stuff like that. So I'm happy I'm adding.
Yeah, so what Sharif is essentially referring to here is we were talking this morning. It's like, okay, when you have a winner on the go, you want to milk that winner as much as you possibly can here. So you want to make them as big as you possibly can. That's something that I'm still working on within my system because I've worked on it for so long. And then you have amazing traders behind us like Wayner, Branks, and Obi, who are just like, just push. And it's like, you guys are right, especially when you have the accuracy rate and high confidence within the setup. It's just like, go, just give it all. And that's kind of been the narrative for me, especially rolling into earnings season is when I do some of my best trading. So looking forward to that because I'm going to be starting to push some heavy size, and I'm looking forward to that, no doubt about that. So looking forward to that. As I said, I don't know how many times now, but here we go. Guys, SPY continuing to climb higher and higher. This is absolutely insane. We're in some NVDA as well too. Looking for that push of the high a day. If we break that. Oh, the spot? Yeah, I'm in NVIDIA and SPY for the Playmaker too. So
I totally forgot to say that was my day today.
No, that's all right. No. Don't worry about that. It doesn't matter. I don't mind taking it. It's going either way, right? You owe me a chicken wing now, so that's it.
I think you're just as entitled to
exactly. So maybe I don't know. Everybody's having a good time with him. Neil, I see Neil doing the chicken wing dance over there. He was dancing on the way to the wings. I'm like, man, that's how it is. I see. He's doing the food dance. No, not at all, man. It's a cold world. Cold world out here, man. Yeah, these guys are dancing on us, man. Yeah, okay.
But, he's dancing on us. Yeah, like, I don't care about you guys.
This is crazy. Yeah. So the VIX, not right now, is starting to cool off here, guys. What did I say? So 609 is the all-time high on the SPY. So we're really starting to push towards that. The Qs have now broke the high day as well too, guys, with NVDA leading the way, pushing higher and higher. This is exactly what we want to see in this market.
Absolutely, Joseph. All right, so the one we're last involved in right now, LTBR, we're long at $9. Here comes 9.5. This was a good 20 exponential hold. I only have one exit left over here, so we're gonna let this one cook. If it can break that $0.50, we just printed the high of the day, $9.44 on LTBR. And we took out a couple of scalps there, initially at 15s, then 20s, then 25s and 30s. So packing my patience for this one. I want to see if this one can curl up into the high side. But SMR now taking out $29. Do I add in again here? You heard that, right, Joseph?
Yeah, I heard it. But we're gonna do a little taste. We want to do a little taste test here,
my
guy.
When I file that hostile work environment complaint,
HR.
That's the person that I'm going to be pointing at.
Straight to HR. All right, so
Forget HR, bro. We're going right to the ministry.
Going right to the ministry. To private. Sean's on the mic now too, so these guys are ready. Where's your wings, my guy?
Oh, I'm having this out right now. I just want to say, Sharif, good luck with that HR filing there, my guy.
We're gonna have to go to the ministry.
Just send it to HR and then see whose inbox it comes in, and then we'll see what winds up happening with that request. So I'll be waiting for that. And me and Ramin, We've got this
Yeah,
on
everybody
lockdown.
seems to be taking Ram's side except me.
I got you,
Why,
my
bro?
guy, man.
Adara's on her side.
got
You guys you, remain
Kakina
super
Man's on
nice.
her side.
I got you,
She's
my guy.
nice.
Yeah,
Kakina, man.
I feel like she's nice.
She's got us all fooled, brother. I'm telling you, she would walk on all of our. You know
Backs?
what?
You know what,
Get
she-
ahead of
Obi-
life.
If anyone
Obi,
wants to
don't
walk
touch
on
the
my
gar
back,
par,
I'm
my
like,
guy.
she's nice.
Don't touch the gar pars.
Obi.
All right.
All right,
Get
man.
away from the wings, Obi.
I just,
Step
Obi's
away
over
from
there,
the
Obi.
wings.
look at this. Yeah,
Obi.
look. He's got a.
No, move beside Randy.
This is chaotic.
This is
There's Obi.
chaotic,
Let's
man.
go back
You
to that
shouldn't have
shot
done the
again
wings,
right over
man.
there. I want everyone. There's Obi. Yo. Obi, help yourself, my guy. Help yourself, my guy.
Yeah, there you go. Help
Many
yourself,
wins as
my
you would
guy.
like
There you
right
go.
there.
Eating our food, and there's
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
we can do about it.
Nothing we can do, man.
Yeah, have the
Eating
atomic
our
ones.
food.
Make sure you have the atomic
And
We're
we're
just
sitting here,
bystanders.
you know,
All right, I'm
like-
out of here. Bye.
We're bystanders. We got to do a wing. We got to eat the wing here, man. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on here.
got
Let
my
me scale them.
Invisalign on. Guys,
I'm
no,
gonna.
seriously.
I'm gonna. Let me scale these right here. I'm gonna scale these right now. Like I'm Dave Portnoy on the pizza review. This is gonna be a wing review.
And is that the lemon pepper?
Garpar. One bite only.
One bite only. Portnoy?
Yeah, that's what it is. A ring review here. A 7.5, a cool 7.5, a 7.5. That's a good number. 7.5. Real crispy. Could use a little more sauce here. Other than that, hey, this is an honest wing
Fair.
review. 7.5 is a good wing. All right, the crunch is there. All right, the flavor and the tenderness is there. It's moist. All right, we like that. Just a little more Garpar sauce, and then we can bump that up to an 8.5, a 9. I think
know
that's
who would have
fair.
enjoyed this,
That's fair,
Joseph?
right?
Do you know the guy that used to sit over here?
Yeah.
Do you remember his name?
No, our guy
Big Patty
BPI.
Ice. We
There we
miss
go.
you, brother.
There we
Shout
go.
out
Shout
to
out
Patty
BPI.
Ice.
So
He just texted me right
there's
now.
the
He's like,
wing.
you guys are hilarious,
There's
man.
the wing review,
Don't
guys.
eat the wings.
Don't eat the
Love this
wing.
guy.
So
He's like,
that's
"Did
the wing
someone
review
poison
there,
you?"
guys. Yeah. So whoa, rookie score says Alex, aka Boneless. Wow.
Joseph, we're gonna have to
Yeah,
interrupt
do
for
it.
1
Go
second.
do the ad
eBay
read, baby.
breaking out right now. Something's going on with eBay. We just got a midday breakout. You guys are yelling about it in the chat. Here it is, EBAY. eBay, what's the news on this? I'm just keeping an eye. Oh, here it is. Anticipates OpenAI collaboration will expand reach of sellers. This came in, excuse me, guys, at about 124, so about 4 minutes ago. eBay popping up off that $63 level into $65.79, breaking out here on a midday headline that they're going to be collaborating with OpenAI and expect to benefit from that vis-a-vis an expansion of their sellers. So keep your eye out on that. Retracing a little bit in right now, eBay midday headline. Joseph, we're moving up here on LTBR. There goes the $0.50. We're going to take the 50-penny winner, and we're done with that one. LTBR just took out highs, guys, 9.55. It's up 31% on the day. But DWTX, ladies and gents, is starting to curl again. So strong is this name, it wasn't able to print any closing print south of the 20 exponential or the 10 exponential moving average on the dang 5. Let's see exactly how this one wants to run up possibly here. Look to extract some profits and bang, right into the 23, almost $1 in the money on that. Super quick, unreal. DWTX moving to the high side, and it's continuing to squeeze, Joseph. Here comes $25. What a day, bro. Emotions on this day are insane. Like wow, I started wanting to break things, and now we're like taking decent trades over here. Still negative on the day, but we're going to continue to work. This one, rejecting that high 24s, I feel like 24.5, but a $1 move on this one is like a 10-penny move on something else. So DWTX, ladies and gents, it is headed back to the upside over here, having issues with $25. But if it gets above that $25 area, we have a 28.75 high of the day. It's up a light 730%. By the way, speaking of gappers and halting, MCTR now going into a 10-minute halt. We've already finished 5 minutes. This one halted at 124. Now it is 131. So this will be at minimum a 10-minute halt. Adara's at the big desk.
Beware of eBay here. This move happened a little bit earlier, but I'm just seeing some news here coming through in it now. Basically announcing that they are collaborating with OpenAI. They are expecting apparently this partnership to expand their seller reach. So EBAY with an OpenAI partnership here, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Adara. I guess maybe there was just like a lot of noise. You couldn't hear the ambient noise, but we did cover that. But thank you again, Adara, for chiming in. RC, sounds like you're trading in a dinner, all the dish noise. Yeah, sorry, brother. I mean, everybody's eating their wings. There's chaos right now. Obi was getting in on the action. The Katina man.
Wings,
what's his name? Randy. Nice. Neil's still eating. Well, Katina man hasn't had any wings, man. He just had his salad, actually. So I just saw a plate on your thing there. I figured you weaseled in some wings. I'm just looking at Neil's plate, making sure he didn't take too much over there. All right, guys. I hope you guys are having a good day with us today. Katina man, DWTX is about to take out $25, and that was the level we were talking about right now. DWTX is on one, ladies and gents, but it's got a lower high, technically lower than that 28.75. Do we weasel back into this one? Okay, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read this out. Yeah, I am. Yes, I am, because you need to be called out. Also, you didn't get it. Ram sent me a message right now. Also, you didn't get any because I know you have Invisalign. Didn't want it to get cold. Plus, I think it's hilarious, so you go along with it. You know what, Ram? I don't believe you. I just don't. I know you didn't want to give me some because you don't like me, and that's fine. The feelings, whatever. Everything's fine. We're having a good time here, guys.
It was good.
None of this is obviously
the lemon pepper. The lemon pepper was good.
Was it good?
Yeah, I don't want to rub it in too much. I know you got to wait until after 2:30 as well too. So.
Thanks, Joseph.
Yeah, more salt in the wound. Don't worry, my guy. I'll save you some. You know I got you covered here.
What are you looking at over there? You're in SPY and NVIDIA.
Yeah, I'm in SPY and NVDA right now, guys. Thank you so much for those wings once again. But we're in this NVDA trade, looking for that push of the high day to hopefully turn green on the session. So only time will tell. But as of right now, it's looking pretty good. That momentum is slowly starting to pick up, but the volume on the lower time frames are a little bit worrisome. So there we go. That's the look on NVDA. Let's see what iBid is up to, because a lot of people have been talking about it. And we have a lot of potentially big news here. Silence is the best weapon. Yeah, there, hold my beer. So here we are on iBit. This was our trade earlier on the session here, guys. On this with the ad for the high day break, ad, and then sure enough, we get stopped out break even. So yeah, that's that trade. Continue to let us know what you guys are looking at in the chat, and we will be sure to go over them. But Tesla still not doing too much here, guys. Let's pull it up, zoom in here from the daily perspective, intraday perspective. Okay, so yeah, now running into some key resistance zones here. Put in that potential bottom, nice volume signature, indicating, hey, maybe this is as low as we're gonna go, and then you get that nice pullback here. Now, still trading under the volume weighted average price. I think it's gonna need a lot of volume to punch through, but that can come in at any time. It is Tesla, and we do know that it can get memey at times, so never count this one out. If we pick up steam here, it's definitely gonna drag the market somewhat higher, and there we go. You can make a new high a day. There we go. So
what's going on over there, Katina man?
10.
The Katina man is $1 in the money on NVIDIA right now. So keep your eye out on NVIDIA. You have Joseph in NVIDIA. The Katina man's in NVIDIA. Everybody and their mother's cousin except me, I guess, trading NVIDIA. The Katina man picked up NVIDIA at VWAP about an hour ago, Joseph. So good look for him there. Let's see exactly where we end up on the day. Obviously, NVIDIA catching a big boy tailwind on the back of that Stargate program, which is expected to bring in about, according to Donald Trump, about $500 million of spending. I was reading a report this morning that NVIDIA stands to gain about $100 million of that with their advanced AI chips. Obviously, that is over a period of years. It's not immediate and not right away. But obviously, they have about 80 to 90% of the advanced AI chip market share. So they stands to reason that they make a pretty penny off that as well, guys. So that is the look right now. Yeah, we'll keep tabs on that. I'm just watching SMR. I'm also watching DWTX. Let's see if we can extract some more profitability off this bad boy as it comes into 26 and to take out some there. If it will have me, it's not having me here as the spread opens up aggressively. We're along 51s. It's here we go. 26 is incoming. Bang. All right. So now we're about 70 pennies in the money. Let's go. I'm waiting now at 27. Bang. Take it out again. Move. Now we're about 24.89. So good exits there on DWTX. Now I'm waiting at 28s. Let's see if this one, what's going on over there? Let's see if this one will have me at 28. Otherwise, if it drops below 24, Joseph, I'm getting out. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm about to do the, I believe, the e-signal ad read, but maybe not just the second. Here we go. Oh, we are ready. That is what I'm up to here. E-signal, trade smarter, not harder. Upgrade to an elite trading experience. Analyze, strategize, capitalize. Foresee profitable opportunities with the platform you need. Infinite data, instant trading. Know where the market is moving before others with lightning fast data. Charts that change the game. Customize and analyze market faster your way. Better backtesting and scanning. Predict the future by understanding the past. Reliable real-time data, up to the second market info from hundreds of global markets. Everything you need all in one place. Don't miss a beat. Execute your best trades now. Ready to elevate your trading? Scan the QR code or check the link in the description. And I heard Katina Man going, there it is, guy, e-signal. Make sure you scan that QR code. But I've seen Katina Man going wow here, and NVDA going into those highs of days, guys. So really nice trade on that front from the man to our right, pushing higher and higher. I think it's time we take a little bit of this off here, guys, as we touch those highs of days. So let's see what we got going on. And there, bang, there it is, guys. So in at 46, took about half off there at 146.30s, continuing to climb higher, dragging the market with it. I mean, I don't know what's up with the SPY here, Sharif. It's knocking on the door of all-time highs, and I feel like it has, other than me, it hasn't really been emphasized. Like, yeah, it's kind of, and it doesn't feel like the market is kind of running into those levels, but we have Amazon all-time highs. We have Google knocking on the door of all-time highs. We have NVDA not too far off it. So here we are, SPY only about 70 cents or so off of those all-time highs.
All right, man. We're long 24.89. It's showing me 26 and change, just rejected. It got up into 27. So the best out we have so far is $27. Now I'm waiting at 28. So we're long 24.89. Let's see if this one wants to work in and take out the high of the day. The current high of the day is 28.75. So I'm waiting at 28s to front run the whole dollar. It's having a lot of trouble with 26s. But the good part about it, and that this might not last, is putting in higher lows on the 1. It's putting in higher lows on the 5. But every time we break above 26 and then we dip below 26, there's a new seller who's either shorting or taking profits at 26. Here we go again with 26 and change. Let's see if we can work up above 27. I got the quick wick there at 27 only because I had a resting order. I wasn't, trying to take it out at that level when it got in there. I had my order ready. Here comes 27 again, Joseph. Let's see if we can take out this level. There goes 27. Come on. Let's go 28s. Let's go 28s. 27 and a half rejecting. All right, so we'll have to pack our patience a little bit here. Moving up aggressively right now, almost at 28. Let's see if this one wants to take out 28s. And by extension of that, the high of the day, 28.75, showing me 74s now, 87s, 89s. Bang! Take it out, 28s. There it is, man. I'm happy with this trade. I'm still negative on the day, but I'm going to continue to work my way out of it. I don't care. Good move up right now on DWTX, 920%. We're talking about this one being the first quadruple digit winner this year. I don't remember there being another 1,000% winner yet in 2025. This one's, I think, the closest we've been since the year changed. So an eye out on this one to see if it wants to take out $30. Now, this could be a really big trade above $30, but rejecting now. Wow, Joseph, dropping $4 quick as you like, just like that from that 29, 28 HOD. Oh my God. How? I got short.
No.
I got short.
No.
Hold on. How did I get long there? What's happening? Why isn't it letting me out? I'm not involved in that. Okay, so that's incorrect right there, guys. So that is incorrect. I'm not long 23.76. I'm looking at my blotter. I'm not long. So if we can reset that, because I don't want people to get the wrong idea and follow the trade. I'm not long 23.63. I'm flat at the moment. That's why I was panicking. I was like, what the hell's going on over here? How come I'm long? In any event, that's all good. We'll keep an eye on this one. Let's see if it takes out $30. Big move up right now for DWTX.
DWTX. Yeah, I mean, I really want to find that 1000X trade, man. I dream about it sometimes and stuff like that. So yeah, here we go. Who's buying while the market is sitting at all-time highs for the 100th time? Why won't it drop a little? And there, okay. Jabil Evo, you're getting that pullback as of right now. But again, at the all-time highs, if that momentum steps in and that volume steps in, it's just going to continue to push higher and higher. So, but you are getting that pullback. We had this level marked out on NVDA not too long ago, and it ran right into it. I don't even, oh, it was that double top here. So maybe a potential triple top here on NVDA, Sharif. If that momentum steps in and we punch through it, then I think we can climb a little bit higher. But it's been nothing short of a stellar day here for this session. A lot of ups and downs, there's no questioning that, but only 4% off of those all-time highs on NVDA. The SPY down about 0.2 off those all-time highs, a little bit more now, so good look there, guys. What else are we looking at in the chat? Let's take a look at GME because we haven't for a while, and I wonder if the momentum out of that has somewhat dwindled. It doesn't seem to be the case for as of right now. Zoom in and see what we got going on for the lower time frames. And yeah, beautiful stuff here, guys. 2887 high of day. Nice climb higher and higher. We know that Roaring Kitty put out that tweet. We're not too sure what it's about, but here we go. Whenever he does something, you expect to look at GME. And Neil's like, well, it was a thing of a dog, so why wouldn't have Chewy moved? But the people don't care about Chewy, they care about GME.
Ask a question?
Yeah.
So there was that whole video about the dog waiting outside the door, and then the
I remember that episode.
owner was like coming and feeding the dog, and like time was elapsing.
Yeah.
So, Fabian, what show was that again? Futurama. Okay. So is there something specific that clip means? The dog. But like what kind of caught my attention was it made you feel sad at the end because the dog gets old, and like what is that supposed to hint at?
He's waiting. Yeah, he's waiting for his owner.
Thank you very much. And loyalty is Fabian saying that makes absolute sense to me. So I'm wondering, that's probably loyalty for GameStop. I'm assuming.
Maybe.
That makes more sense.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because I didn't really know anything about the show. I
can't hold any loyalty to a stock out here, man.
Well said, man. I mean, exactly. Your loyalty should be to the price action or the fundamentals.
Exactly.
Depending on whether you're a technical or fundamental trader, right? So, or investor. Can be both.
You don't want to get too attached to those positions because.
Yeah, stay cozy. I mean, I didn't like that. I felt it was kind of sad, that whole thing. Maybe because my affinity for dogs. Yeah, it is sad, Adara.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have a soft spot for dogs. And
you have a dog?
See them suffer. Yeah, two. Betty and Veronica.
Benny and Veronica.
I didn't name them.
Oh no.
I didn't name them.
Okay.
Two Frenchies.
Two Frenchies.
Frenchies.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
White on gray Frenchies with gray eyes.
All right. They had nice pointy ears and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Oh yeah. They got the ears. They got the ears.
Are they well trained?
They're very well trained.
Good, that's good,
Diaper,
that's good.
potty trained.
Potty
Like
trained,
I have the doggy diapers in my condo, and like they're well trained on there.
Right.
But there's also a very nice lady.
Yeah.
The lady, she actually lives in my building.
Yeah.
Nice enough to always come by. You know, she has a key to my place. She comes in.
Oh yeah.
She walks them
really?
once because she's got her own dogs, and they're friends with her own dogs.
Okay,
right?
so there you go.
So she's
Dog
nice
friends.
enough to do that for me. She doesn't charge me. Obviously, a dog walker costs a pretty penny these days, right?
Yeah.
She's nice enough to do that, and it's nice too, bro, because they get to play with the other dogs, and I don't have to feel as bad.
That you're here all day. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Fair enough.
So that's kind of the situation.
Good look there.
Hold my beer. Where's my Titanic meme with the rise? It's been 84 years. All right, Juan Padilla got a husky. Used to have a husky back in the day. Could not keep her from running away, dude. She would like dig under the fence. She would always want to escape. They don't like to be held. But I don't know if that's your experience with her as well. We'll talk more dog ownership stuff once we get back from the human algo at the big desk. Get it, Adara.
That wonderful transition and throw there, Sharif. Appreciate it. We're going to take a look here at this new graphic from TTV Research, basically looking at the comparison for Bitcoin's performance here every year starting in 2022 versus some of these crypto-related assets. So these were entirely in tune with one another in 2022 and 2023. 2024, though, when Bitcoin had its rally, that's when things get really interesting because we start seeing a huge divergence between how Bitcoin is performing and how some of these other tickers are performing. MSCR and Robinhood had massive years here, great years to the upside for 2024 in tandem with that over 100% move to the upside for Bitcoin. However, pretty much all of these miners kind of sunk last year. Hive, Riot, and CLSK all actually lost on the year despite the massive gains in Bitcoin. So that's pretty interesting look here. I was not expecting this underperformance that we were necessarily seeing. And then this year, 2025, of course, year to date, we're actually seeing Bitcoin underperform pretty much all of these crypto-related tickers. So I think this is really interesting here. The fact that we're seeing some of this underperformance is pretty fascinating. I think something to be aware of here. Interesting stuff. Back to you.
Thank you very much for that, Adair. Can I just send it to you while I get this picture ready?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you're gonna pull up the dogs there? Yeah, good stuff there. I'm looking forward to seeing those. Yeah, guys, let's see what else we got going on. GME still climbing higher towards those highs today. Now putting in a new high day, actually, guys. So good luck there on GME. The market's been it seems to be the narrative of this session, just continuing to press higher and higher and higher. So this is exactly what we want to see. Let's take a look at MicroStrategy. Excuse me, because we haven't really talked about it too much, especially with upcoming news, 2:30, possible Bitcoin news. Let's see what this is. So from a daily perspective, we did break that downtrend. It seems to be the case. Let's see if we can hold it here and then continue to the top side. But I mean, we're really off those all-time highs. What is that? Around 550, we'll call it 545. And we're trading around 378. So it's Michael Saylor and company are going to need a lot in order for this thing to continue to move or go and test those all-time highs.
We got it, Ram? This is them right here.
Let's see the gang.
On the left, that's Betty.
Yeah.
She's got like
She got the overbite. She got the overbite.
She's a funny looker. But when she doesn't have that look, she's super cute with her tongue out. And then that's Veronica on the right over there. What happened? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's Veronica on the right.
There we go. Okay.
So the one on the left, she's more muscular. Like this camera.
She's in the gym with you.
Yeah, she's just naturally muscular. The other one, Veronica on the right, she's just like super fit, super agile.
Yeah.
She's the one that had to have surgery on her eyes though back in May. She
really?
had 2 ulcers growing on her eyes at the same time. It came out of nowhere, bro.
No way.
It was insane. Yeah, so we had to salvage her vision, which was not easy whatsoever to do. But that's them, Betty.
That's the team right there. All right, I see you. Yeah, I used to have a King Shepherd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a King Shepherd.
That's the German Shepherd with the long hair, right?
No, it's more thin. It was just like the purest bred German Shepherd. So yeah.
So sick. German Shepherds are one of my favorites.
Name was Zeke.
Zeke?
Yeah, Zeke. Yeah. Shout out to Zeke. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to him. Yeah. Good dog. Good dog.
The Katina man was gonna drop a Ezekiel Elliott joke right away. Yeah, you know Ezekiel Elliott, he wears like the crop tops, right? He's like,
that's what I used to wear in football.
Yeah?
Dude, I used to wear as little equipment as possible, like no thigh pads or anything like that.
You're the bro.
Pull up the sleeve so you can see the bicep and everything.
Hey.
Yeah. It's savage.
I love it. Shout out to Bears versus Bulls, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
that's Randy's dog. 107. Great Dane? 175 pounds. Needless to say, he's a small dog.
I like the cat, though.
Yeah, I know. That's interesting. I see a lot of dogs and cats getting along online. That hasn't been my experience with my dogs and cats, by the way. What's going on? Oh, the Katina man's like looking to see what he's got in the background.
Yeah,
there.
we got going on there. Yeah. See how Randy's living. All right, let's see what everybody's talking about in the chat. I was talking to Juan Padilla. He's like, yes, 5 years old now. He's talking about his husky. But when he was young, he used to run away every chance he got. But now he's a chill wolf. Yeah, good, man, because my husky, this was obviously my parents' husky when I was young, man, she would like dig holes under the fence. There was one side of the fence that was shorter than the other. She would jump over. I don't know how she figured out how to jump chain link fences, but yeah, man, you could not keep her put. She just wanted to always run away, man. And that was kind of the thing. Shout out to 4XAU. I appreciate you, New York City urbanista. Appreciate you there. Aura Alpha. Joe, maybe you can babysit Sheree. Why would he do that? Yeah,
I already got the lady in my building.
Yeah, we got the lady.
Why are you throwing shade like that, my man? What's going on over there, Aura Alpha? What else we got over here? Joseph, let's see what people are talking about. She was running away from Sharif, says Ram. Okay, always nice. Appreciate that. Ramin, of course, so kind. She's always so kind. What else you got over there, Joseph?
Yeah, just sitting here in this NVDA. Let's see if we can continue to climb higher. This was the Amazon trade here, guys. Sorry. All out of that now, so that worked out pretty good for us. I think that we can climb somewhat higher. We're still negative on the session, so there is room to run. but we got to think about the average true range on the intraday session and look at it from that perspective as well too. Have we exceeded the average true range, or are we still within those parameters, which is something really key and important that you need to monitor, something that I should work on a little bit more, because then now you get a general idea on how much this underlying asset can move from a day-to-day basis. Have we exceeded that, or are we still within those ranges? So there's that. SPY starting to pull back a little bit here, guys. Let's see what we got going on from a volume standpoint and if anything has changed. So AAL, that's something that we haven't really talked about too much today, and we'll pull up right now. Coming off, I mean, it's the guidance, and we talked about this before. When you see these stocks move higher on earnings report, it's the forward outlooks that really help these stocks continue to appreciate. Even if you had a good quarter like AAL did, but then they lowered guidance or something along those lines, right? So yeah, and this is the result that you see here, guys, down about 8% and off of those lows. So we were down a little bit more, about 12 or 13% at the low when I was watching it this morning. I had my laptop open at 7 a.m. and it continued to sell. So here's the look on AAL. I like the airlines, especially with UAL. I believe raised forward, Q1 forward guidance, which is really positive. So high demand on that front, more flyers for I think it was UAL, right? So there we go. I mean, tough look here, but at some point you can see these massive bullish candles right here in these airline companies, but recovering are now pulling back now off of those highs. And yeah, totally justifiable, but I think at some point it will recover.
All right, just throwing out a couple of stops over here. Here we go. There we go. All right, people are talking about Google. Neil was just talking about that right now. Let's have a look at the MAG. Oh, Google just really dropped aggressively there. What's going on here? Let's have a look. Google was actually, oh, okay, well, it looks like it rejected that $200 area. That could have been the top there. Let's see. I'm just looking at my blotter to see if there's anything that came in. No, no, none of this is Google specific over here, so I'm not really sure what's going on. It looks like it could be that just that $200 pop into that level. Let's see exactly what the situation is on Google. Joseph, I'm just throwing, just keeping my eye out on DWTX here. We're trying to weasel in at the half to. Wow, Google's really tanking, guys. Google's giving back the entire day. What is happening here? $200 rejection, and now it's about to break the low of the day. Google's printing the low of the day, guys. No idea what's going on here. This is the last thing that I've got. Adara, you have anything? She's looking. Adara's looking, so we'll keep you guys apprised of everything. But I don't see anything specific to Google right now, at least not the time that this started tanking. Okay, hold on. This started dropping at around, wow, what is happening here, Joseph? Something's going on with Google, guys, and we don't know exactly what the situation is. It looks like it really started breaking down at 125, and then it really started tanking at 140. The big red candle initially there, that was a 125 candle, and then the 140 candle is the one that really took it away from the volume weighted average price. 196.58. We are below yesterday's low and even the previous day's low by extension of that. So we'll keep an eye out on Google. We'll let you know exactly what the situation is if we're able to find something right now. But for the moment, nothing right now, guys. Dara's at the big desk.
I can't find any news, so I wanted to zoom out and see if there's any technical levels on this. And when you look at this in the 15-minute chart, Google appears to be in a very long range. So if you look at this here, you've got that top just above that $200 level around 200 halves, then a bottom here of 197.50. It looks like we're breaking below that range with volume. Again, if I see any news, I'll let you guys know, but I am really not seeing anything. And this breakdown has been occurring, as Sharif mentioned, for the last couple 3-minute candles here. If I see anything, I will immediately let you all know.
Here we go, guys. In Google, if we pull up my screen real quick, down almost 1% now, tanking extremely heavy. We were knocking on the door of the all-time highs as well. So above 200, around 203 is that clarified benchmark. So yeah, let's see. Once that news comes in, Adara's going to let us know. Excuse me, there might be, there might not be anything. It could just be a technical breakdown, but that volume is pretty aggressive. One thing to note is, I mean, we're down not even 1%, so nothing to overly cry home about just yet. But if that news comes out, we will be notified, and we will make sure to let you guys know as well too. So at this point, with that momentum to the downside, let's keep this note. Don't try to catch that falling knife just yet. Let the. Did you get in long there? Okay, so yeah, so here we go. Let those signals display themselves, and then you can look for that reversal trade because it's dragging the overall market down with it as well, too, guys. NVDA holding these levels extremely well, but here we go with Adara and possibly some news.
Yeah, I still don't have any news, but I think it is worth noting here one thing that came out earlier today of note. We know that Google sometimes moves on reactions from ChatGPT or OpenAI related announcements because of that competition there with search. So a while ago, I think this is around 12:15, 12:30, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, did post that ChatGPT's free tier is apparently going to be getting this O3 mini edition. So addition to ChatGPT's free tier, but again, I'm not seeing any real news here on Google. I'm just letting you guys know anything that I'm seeing up here. Again, I am seeing zero news and I'm not seeing any speculation of news either.
Very much
Valid
for that,
point.
Dara.
Nimrod, here we go. Another super chat. Thank you very much for that. Sharif, you the GOAT. Made loads past 2 days. Okay, copying trades on BLBX, RKA, DWTX, LTBR.
I appreciate you, man. I'm glad that you were able to make money off those. That's what we're here for, to always try to show you the setups, whether we execute on them as well as you. That's kind of a different story. Good for you, man. Really happy for you. Shout out to Nimrod. What is that? 60, what is that? Currency is that? Shekels. Shout out to the, thank you very much for that. Guys, DWTX is taking a bit of a hit here. Big move down on DWTX. It's coming into that 20 exponential moving average, which also happens to be that $20 area, giving back up a lot off that 29.28 high of the day, defending 21 for now, not quite making it down into that $20 area. I think it got into about $20.50, give or take. A bit of a candle of indecision right now, but it did breach the 10 exponential moving average in a way that we haven't seen it breach on the day. This is the deepest breach of the 10 exponential, and you can kind of see that there. What's going on? Google? The Katina Man is long Google at 196 over here, guys. We're keeping an eye on Google, obviously, because of the crazy price action that just came out of nowhere midday. This is what we're talking about right here. It's down now 0.75% after being, I think it was up 0.8. So basically flipping the switch right now. And good look right now off that 195.79, bit of a hammer candle forming it. It still hasn't closed yet. It's got about 2 more minutes to close on this current candle. Let's see if the candle subsequent to that can make another high. Maybe we can move back into that 198 and a third, which is the closing print from yesterday on Google. VWAP is a little bit lower than it was previously when it broke down. I think it's around $199. No. VWAP's at 198.75, so it's a little bit above that closing print, which is at 198.34. Right now, it's kind of going to the higher end of this candle. This candle could go green. Right now, it's yellow. We'll keep an eye on Google. Big moves right now on goggles, and I'm still not getting anything on my news blotter to explain this huge sell-off. It could be a huge position being unloaded because it breached that $200 area again. I mean, when it did that last time too, like look what it did. It wasn't $200, but back on the 21st, look, it shot up all the way into 202.31, and then it dropped like a rock into 197, 198 before actually going even lower than that to finish off the day at around 196. So this has had a history of kind of rejecting that $200 area. It didn't do that yesterday though. I mean, it got above $200 yesterday, but it didn't have that kind of same reaction. So yeah, a little unusual here, Joseph, with Google and exactly what it's up to at these levels. And I'm not really sure. We'll keep an eye out, obviously, and we'll report the second we get something.
And that's it, guys. Time flies when you're having fun, man.
It's already 2 o'clock?
It's already 2 o'clock, man. It's already...
I should probably let you know, man, that I used Gemini today for the first time in a really long time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because... Because welcome to the dark side, says Neil. No, because ChatGPT was down in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on, try my guy Copilot out there. You don't like Copilot, eh?
It's pseudo ChatGPT.
Yeah.
They're trying to do it on their own now. But yeah, your point will take it. Anyway, guys, 2 o'clock. Joseph and I will finish off the week tomorrow with you guys. Same bat time, same bat channel. The big kahunas are that way.
Hey, what up, everybody?
JCB, what's up, JCB?
That was wild.
I guess I can get out some
it is wild in alphabet here. Again, don't necessarily know what just happened with these bad boys, but